Yeah, Craig's the guy that records our podcast. Hello.
Hi, Craig.
Welcome to today's episode of Juice the Numbers, your statistics and sports podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Tracy.
And I'm Corwin Heller.
And today we are joined by our good friend, Ethan.
Hi.
And we will be doing, as we'll get into a better explanation, we'll be doing a redraft of the NFL for 4 to 6 rounds, depending on how long this takes. Corwin, can you tell us how we're doing it?
Yeah, so ESPN just put out an article this past week, basically starting from scratch and having a fantasy draft with all 32 teams, drafting all active players in the NFL to see what would happen if Roger Goodell decided, hey, we've got this COVID thing going on. People might not watch, even though they will. Let's get weird with it. So every team is starting with 0 players. We're going to be drafting X number of rounds to fill out our rosters. Everyone else on the roster filling out the 53-man is going to be of average play in the NFL. It's going to be a snake draft going from team 1 to team 32 in the order of the 2020 draft. ESPN put some rules out there stating you need to draft a quarterback, a defensive player, an offensive player, and a wild card. We're going to have none of that. We're all free to draft however we choose. There's going to be loose guidelines that we're going to be competing within the next 5 years. But I do want to give the caveat that if someone wants to go and zag while the rest of us zig and wants to compete immediately, that's totally okay. They just kind of have to voice that so that we can all know that they're going to try and compete early, not going for that 5-year window, so that we can consider that. Anything I may have missed in that very quick explanation?
I don't think so. Nothing I can really think of.
There'll be no salary cap, no contracts here, just pure players for, the foreseeable future.
Jesus.
So well, nothing crazy about drafting Pat Mahomes and Aaron Donald and having to worry about, are we going to be able to afford any other players?
And what I like about this is, in comparison to, so if you're listening to it, your first thought might be, oh, this is just a really weird way of ranking players, and it's not, because you have to think about scheme, which is one of the things I like about this. We're still grouping these players together into teams, and therefore they might not have to necessarily fit, but it might behoove you to make them fit in some rational way, which I like.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So you wouldn't end up, picking 3 quarterbacks off the board just because you think they're the best players available.
Right.
Hey, you could. I can't say I'll be on your side when we try and break down these teams, but you definitely could.
All right, and the Eagles pick. Okay.
Nobody.
A kicker.
The Eagles forfeit their pick. How strange. Why would they do something so controversial yet so brave? All right, then unless there's anything else, are we ready to begin?
Yeah, let's do it.
I believe so.
All right. The order for this is going to be Ethan and then myself and then Corwin. It's just gonna repeat that way the whole way through. How about we just announce what team we're picking for, the pick number and the player. Work for you guys?
Yep. I'm not going to have a running clock for these picks. It's really going to be, who you're looking at.
No trades.
Yeah, no trades.
Then, all right, Ethan, you are first. Why don't you go ahead?
New guy gets first pick. With the first pick in the first round, the Cincinnati Bengals have to pick Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest pick anyone will ever make this draft.
Absolutely.
Like, how could you not have him set for the next 5 years?
Yes. Yeah, that one's right there. I'm debating with the second overall pick here on behalf of the Washington Redskin Potatoes, Mitchell Trubisky or Dwayne Haskins, and it's a really tough call. I'll go with Lamar Jackson to get my quarterback out of the way. Lamar Jackson.
So close to the skill level of Mitch Trubisky, but damn, that's tough because I don't know who to take now. See, this is tough because this is the point where it's like, do I take Joe Burrow because I have a secret love affair with him?
You really
But I'm
do.
not. Yeah, it's true. Very much not secret. I'm going to go Russell Wilson here.
Oh, nice.
Great pick.
Oh, for the Detroit Lions with pick number 3, I went Russell Wilson.
Man, it is weird imagining these players on these teams.
Right? Imagine how bad Russell Wilson would be.
Yeah. All right, Ethan.
All right, and I'm really glad that it came around to this. So for the New York Giants,
Don't do
I'm going with Deshaun Watson because I have a
Ah.
secret love affair with him, and
fair.
I think he's going to do amazing things in the years to come. Yeah, no shame in that one.
Oh my God. If you went Daniel Jones, I might have just ended the episode now and kicked you off.
We won't even talk about that.
Oh,
Josh,
all right,
who you
so
got? Ethan, write in your fucking pick.
I kind of
I
don't
am.
want to pick
I'm sorry.
a quarterback because we've done a bunch, but at the same time, like, there's a reason quarterbacks are getting taken. You know.
This is very true.
Damn, is there anyone worth taking up this high? So one of the caveats here, well, not one of the caveats, but one of the things to consider is that we're trying to draft for a win now, Super Bowl win now team. And that actually has me kind of thinking Drew Brees. But instead, I'm going to go Aaron Donald.
Tom Brady. Ooh.
I'm doing Aaron Donald. Defensive end. Or
Aaron
defensive
Donald?
tackle, I should say.
Yes.
Sorry, that's with the 5th overall pick for the Dolphins. So the Dolphins now have Aaron Donald. Picture that.
The Chargers. I really shouldn't take a quarterback from Oregon here, but I just don't know because that just seems like something they should do. This is tough because now it's kind of the point where, yeah, Aaron Donald might have been a guy stuff here. I still think there's too many good quarterbacks on the board to really go anywhere else. It's one of those things where I want a guy like Aaron Rodgers on my team. I think he's the best quarterback on the board, but he's 36, and it's hard to see how much longer he's going to play. Is he going to play until he's 41?
He's going to be at that level for all 5 years.
Right. Is he going to have that drop off? I could go with a guy like Carson Wentz here who might have the talent to get to that level, but is he going to be healthy at all over the next 5 years? This is tough. I could also go with a guy like Dak and just assume that he could do that outside of the Cowboys system. So I'm just going to go safe here and hope that I can compete before the end of that 5 years. So I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. That's not how you spell Rodgers, but okay. That's also
all
not
right.
how you spell Rodgers. Fuck me, I'm a dumb person. Go ahead.
Okay. Do we go quarterback?
It's one of those things. It's like a super flex dynasty draft. Are they going to be around at the 59th pick when you get back to, or the 58th pick when the Panthers get on the board again?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys are doing it too. I'm reverting back to the ESPN redraft because it's just interesting to see the comparison. And they had Joey Bosa going defensive end, which solid pick. I think
I disagree.
Joey's great.
I don't think that's a solid pick.
You all right?
But go ahead.
But I'm gonna go with the same mindset and again going along with the compete first. I'm gonna go Khalil Mack.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
That is a good pick.
Khalil Mack, good at football. No, stop. I said I'd stop making that joke.
You know you can't.
I know.
You know you can't.
Wow, he's only 29?
Yeah, it feels like he's been around forever.
Because he's been dominating forever.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so I'm not picking 8th for the Cardinals. Part of me actually wants to pick Kyler Murray here. Non-ironically, like not even as like as a joke. Because he literally plays for this team, and that would kind of be funny, but at the same time, it feels like it'd be a good fit. I will, however, also go out there, though, branch out from quarterback and take Quentin Nelson.
All right.
Damn, you smart motherfucker.
Yeah, no offensive linemen have been taken, and if we're assuming, like Corbin said at the beginning of the pod, if we're assuming a average level of play, then I don't think I'm going to need to take more offensive linemen for the Cardinals. One superbly above average offensive lineman should be enough to bring my overall O-line above the middle of the pack. So, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I am fully in support of that. I am I up next? Am I up now? Yeah, I'm up now.
Yes.
That was my plan from the start. I was gonna go offensive tackle here, not offensive guard, but goddamn Quentin Nelson is just such a good player. So I'm gonna go with the top tackle in the league right now. I'm gonna go David Bakhtiari. Um, he's a little bit on the older side. He's 28. I said that's old. It's not really, but hopefully he can stay through like these other top linemen through his older seasons and be the cornerstone of this team.
All right, Ethan.
All righty. For the Cleveland Browns, pick 10.
Give him the worst quarterback in the league. Try to make this an accurate draft.
Guys, you know we all secretly love the Browns, so
It's true.
chill out. All right, win first. We're going Drew Brees here because
Okay.
the man has
Drew
an
Brees.
arm like no other, and yeah, we're going win first here. So I think that's
Unparalleled accuracy.
absolutely.
The most accurate quarterback in the history of the NFL.
All right, so that puts me at the Jets pick here at number 11. And we will take Tom Brady. No, we're not doing that, but that would be hilarious. Oh God, I would love it, honestly, just for like a season, just to sit on the bench. No, I've seen a lot of versions of the Jets. I've seen us with very good starting quarterbacks and very not good starting quarterbacks. And I think the Jets can certainly win with a Vinny Testaverde type because they won many games with literal, actual Vinny Testaverde. So I'm going to take something that I've almost never seen the Jets take in my entire life, and that's a first-round wide receiver. I'm going to give us Michael Thomas.
Fair.
All right.
Do you think he'll be better than Keenan? Or Keyshawn, excuse me.
I think he'll be better than Keenan, Kel, and Keyshawn.
Josh, that might have been one of the better jokes you've ever made on this podcast.
Thank you.
That was great. Yeah.
I am proud.
All right, time for the Las Vegas Raiders. Doesn't roll off the tongue the way Oakland or Los Angeles does, but whatever. There's still a lot of good quarterbacks on this board. I'm kind of torn between two that I kind of view skill-wise to be very similar. Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. The only problem is one of them has never really been hurt, and the other is never really healthy. So I'm going to go Dak Prescott here.
Right on. Right on.
Also, I think he'd look really good in the black and silver.
I think everyone looks good in the black and silver, though.
Not Antonio Brown. Did not look good.
Well, he never really wore it.
It's true. I saw a workout video of him working out in that Raiders helmet that took him like 9 years to get. Brutal.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think it might have been the fake one he made himself.
Oh, the one he like spray painted and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With the 14th pick Indianapolis Colts. I always you got to think back to Peyton and then Andrew Luck. They had some dead accurate quarterbacks, big guys, not super mobile.
Daniel Jones.
Oh man, didn't we? The Giants took him with 14 too. That's crazy. I'm gonna go Carson Wentz because you add a little bit of you like Corwin said, the variable of him staying healthy or not. But great arm, great head for the game. Carson Wentz to Indianapolis.
Just so you know, taking Carson Wentz, you are now locked into taking Jalen Hurts somewhere in this draft.
The second round.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. I was actually going to go Nick Foles.
All right, so that puts
I
me
don't think
on...
Nick Foles is getting drafted in this.
Hey, you watch your whore mouth. That puts me on with the Buccaneers at 14, and I'm going to give myself a challenge for the Buccaneers with the rest of this draft, and I am going to take the quarterback that they currently actually have, like I thought about with the Cardinals. And I'm going to take Tom Brady.
I love you so much.
Now, and the reason this is a challenge is, as Corwin mentioned earlier, this team needs to compete within like the next 5 years, and Tom Brady's not going to live past 5 years, if I have anything to say about it. So that means that for the rest of this draft, when the Buccaneers come up to me, I have to make sure I'm drafting players that can help Tom Brady compete today, which means basically no one unproven, no one with like upside, someone who's ready to win now. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind.
Upside whatsoever.
None, absolutely not. I need proven commodities, assets.
1 foot in the ground. Yeah.
Yes.
Frank
exactly.
Gore and Anquan Bolden, even though he retired 8 years ago.
And Antonio Gates.
Megatron.
Let's do it.
Oh, man. I was really hoping the guy I'm going to take here would fall to the Steelers at 19 because it's the guy I have a love affair with, and seeing him in a Steelers uniform would literally make me come in my pants.
It's everybody so far.
But it's only fair that he fits in right behind Tom Brady, which is where it's going to fall when the record books are finally written on him. I'm going to go Joe Burrow here.
Suck a dick.
I love Joe Burrow, but I really want him to do badly just to ruin all your hopes and dreams.
Well, he's going to go play for the Broncos, and if their quarterback draft history is any indication, it would not work out well.
Yeah, and the Bengals are such a rousing success. I've literally never seen the Bengals win a playoff game because it hasn't happened since 1995, 93. Like, if I was alive, I was too young to remember it.
I think it was 97 because I think it was the year I was born was the last time they won.
Regardless, it's not good.
Their last playoff win was January 1991. Oh my fucking God.
That's terrifying. Jeez.
Goddamn.
Please make it to 20 or 30 years for the love of God.
They don't have very much longer. That's amazing.
All right, Ethan.
All right. The Falcons. Pick 17.
Matt Ryan is still on the board.
I know Matt Ryan's still on the board. Why would he be off the board, Corwin?
I'm just saying.
You know what? I was thinking about this. I would love to see Kyler Murray in a Falcons uniform.
I wouldn't even be mad. Michael Vick 2.0?
Absolutely.
Can they start in a just completely to cut in and take us away on a non sequitur? Can we remake the Austin Powers movie with Dr. Evil and Mini-Me being played by Mike Vick and Kyler Murray? Because that would be the funniest shit I've ever seen. Hell, I'll take a Saturday Night Live skit with those two guys playing them.
I'm game.
I'm going to write a script after this. This is great. Sorry, go ahead, Ethan. I just had to get that out there.
Oh, no, I picked Kyler Murray.
All right. Then, folks, I just wanted to remind you all here why I'm here. And I'm not here for my great takes I'm not here for my excellent content. I'm here to hurt Corwin Heller's feelings.
Mm.
I'm going to take TJ Watt.
Oh, ew, that's gross.
One spot ahead of where the Steelers are meant to pick. I don't know that he was going to take him. It doesn't matter to me. I just need him to
never even
know
crossed my mind.
that he doesn't even get to take him at any point during this draft for any team he's choosing for. He doesn't get to say the name TJ Watt anymore for the rest of the day.
I'm gonna draft Joe Namath just to cut him.
The man is like 80 years old. You do what you want.
I'm gonna draft Joe Namath just to make him clean the bathrooms, and I'm gonna shit on the floor.
He's gonna fuck your mom. Like that's just who Joe Namath is, man. You invite Joe Namath into your house, you're gonna get a weird day.
You know what? Just thinking about that, one makes me throw up, but two, I don't doubt it. I really don't. Fuck. That's just completely mental game wise. You're on point because I don't even know what to think about right now. I'm gonna go with. I thought I was gonna end up going offensive tackle, but I feel like I could wait until 47 because you guys seem to not care about that position at all. So I'm gonna go with another guy that is really awesome, and I'm gonna go. Wow, great talking this guy up. I'm gonna go Tua Tagovailoa.
Sorry, could you say his last name again?
Tagovailoa.
All right, that wasn't bad.
No, it's fucking perfect.
Nice. Ethan, you're up.
Alrighty.
Fucking draft Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, to think they took him at what did they?
Two.
They traded
number
up.
2. They traded
up
to grab
from
Mitch
3
Trubisky,
to get him,
who's about to be beat out by a 70-year-old man in Nick Foles. This is
Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Mitchell Trubisky.
That's
yeah,
horrifying.
it's amazing.
To be quite honest with you. All right. Do I just draft Villanueva just to keep fucking Corwin?
If you want to, go right ahead. I'll tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you shouldn't.
Well,
but you can.
All right. We are gonna go offensive tackle. Partially because Corwin reminded me about it. And we're
much better than me shooting myself in the foot.
I'm gonna go Ronnie Stanley. This late in the draft,
damn it.
I feel like that is almost a no-brainer.
It's exactly who I was going to take with my next pick.
All right, Josh, let's see if we are on the same mind meld that Ethan and I are with draft picks. Are you going to take the guy that I'm thinking of right now?
I don't know. Are you going to take Tyron Smith?
No.
All right, then I'm going to take Teron Armstead.
Oh, I hate you so much. I spend far too much time out of my week sitting down and just fucking around with Josh on this fucking podcast.
Yep. Dude, I've been missing out. This is great.
I've never seen Josh laugh like this. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry. It was just really fun for me. So Teron Armstead, the Rams, the 20th pick. It doesn't matter. Corwin, your turn.
I'm also going to go offensive tackle here, but I'm going to go with the guy I was thinking of when I thought Josh was going to take him. I'm going to go Laramie Tunsil.
Alrighty.
Good choice. You know he's going to survive Corona because he's got those gas masks.
He's got plenty of gas masks to make it through. This man is not getting sick.
All right, let's hear about Buffalo.
The Buffalo Bills. I almost want to draft Allen, just to because I feel like he fits so well with them. I think he's got a promising future.
Beautiful dead air here. Love it. Love it.
Ethan?
What did you say?
It was just utter silence.
Yeah, we're gonna go Allen. Quarterback. Buffalo Bills. Let's do it.
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize I was going to have the Patriots. I don't want the Patriots.
Jarrett Stidham. Do it. Just fuck this team over, Josh.
Is that allowed? Can I do it?
There are no rules for. There's no
All right,
rule stating that you have to draft well for the teams that you're drafting for.
All right, then
Justin Tucker for all I care.
I'll do you one better. Mitchell Trubisky.
Is that
Mitchell
serious?
Trubisky, quarterback. You know it. Absolutely.
Hey guys, press enter when you're done typing so we can see.
I did. It's there. It's locked
I
in.
thought I did. Oh, I did not.
Boom. Mitchell Trubisky playing for the Patriots as God intended.
That's gross. That is just honestly, I have nothing else to say to that other than that's gross, and I have a bad taste.
Are we even taking this seriously?
I'm taking it seriously. Yes, I am.
And the idea that kind of people are going to write into this and yell at us for being such buffoons on air.
Well, those people better like the taste of dick because they're gonna have to suck it. I don't give a shit.
Chortle my balls. I feel like this guy has unfairly taken a dip in the first round so far. So I'm going to take him here with the Saints pick at 26 or 24. I don't know. I'm going to go Baker Mayfield.
Oh, all right. Fair.
All right. Quarterbacks still on the board. There's still a bunch of quarterbacks on the board. I don't know if they're first round. Yeah, they are. All right, Vikings. 26 pick. This is so QB heavy, but it just makes sense. Let me go Jimmy Garoppolo.
Fuck you. For those of you who are unaware, when Jimmy Garoppolo first came into the league, I thought his name was Garoppolo, and I said it a lot.
To be fair, there's a lot of letters in that name.
Yeah, there is. A lot of letters.
There are too many letters in that name.
An unfortunate amount of letters, if we're being honest.
There are. It's a lot of letters.
There's 2 P's. That's crazy. I had no idea.
who am I picking for again? I am picking for now the Texans. I'm going to try to go defense again just because there's a lot of really good defensive players still left. Well, we barely even have taken any, so there's a lot of good defensive players still on the board. Damn. I will take Nick Bosa.
Okay.
All right.
MAGA loving Nick Bosa here for the Texans. He might lose the locker room, but he might win them games. So let's go Nick Bosa.
All right. So the Seahawks are up at 28. I feel like this is the kind of guy that once he can get out from under this regime, or if he was
real quick, Corwin and Ethan keep saying the wrong numbers because they're looking at the row number and not the pick number, and forgetting 100%. That the first row is the column names and not the first item. So it's actually pick number 27 for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I've been writing in. I wrote in all these pick numbers so that could be and I forgot about it, even though I'm staring at them as I type out these picks. So.
Yes, you are.
I'm a dum-dum. All right, but I think this guy could be a hell of a lot better if he had just a different coaching staff. I really think he has an incredibly high ceiling that's going to be wasted on his current team. Josh, this one's for you, buddy. Here goes Sam Darnold.
Oh, all right. I appreciate it.
I like that pick, actually.
Emphasis on being wasted away on his current team.
You're not wrong. We gave him mono.
No, he went out and
all
kissed
those
a girl.
Open mouth kisses with Adam Gase.
Hey, how are you supposed to tell your offensive linemen you appreciate them without tongue?
Finger their butthole like every other quarterback.
Have you ever seen Blue Mountain State?
It's true. All those oil changes in the locker room.
Absolutely.
Should get spread.
I hate this conversation.
All right.
Oh my god.
With the 28th pick I got the number right.
Yes.
The Ravens are going to go running back, and I think him being the most versatile and promising running back. As a Giants fan, this says a lot. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, thank God. If you put Saquon Barkley on the Ravens, I probably would have left.
Why?
That's a picture that I would rather rip my own eyes out than have to imagine.
What? Saquon going to the most heavy rushing team in the NFL?
Saquon going to the team I hate more than any other team in the NFL? Yeah, that's about right.
That's fair. All right.
All right. Now it's Josh's turn, and I am choosing player for the Titans. And all right, 29th pick, the Titans. We're gonna go with another Jet here. We're gonna take, I think, is the first defensive back off the field, off the board. I'm gonna take Jamal Adams.
All right.
That's a Jets pick if I've ever heard
That's
one.
a very jetty pick right there, Josh.
I agree, and you know what? I don't fucking care.
Fucking oof. I haven't gone
That's a big
defense yet with any of my picks, and I still think the best defensive player behind Aaron Donald is still on the board. So I'm going to go value here. I'm going to go Myles Garrett.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
All righty.
For the Packers at pick 30, because I haven't been saying those things when I make my picks.
It's going to be a little confusing, but we'll figure it out.
Figure it the fuck out.
Okay, with the 31st pick in the first round. 49ers. I think we're going to stay offense. And I'm going to I kind of totally agree with the way ESPN did it, and we're going to go George Kittle, first tight end off the board.
Damn, okay.
Interesting.
There are things I like less than that.
Neat. Thanks.
Oh.
All right, Josh, you're up with back-to-back picks for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that is true. That is the situation I have been gifted. Damn. Shit.
You would think having 2 whole picks would make it easier.
It only makes it harder. Because I don't want to fuck it up, and I feel like I'm gonna. All right, I am going to take with the 32nd pick, the first pick I have for the Chiefs. Both these picks will be for the Chiefs. Damn it, he was taken already. I was going to say Tua Tagovailoa, and I forgot you already took him for the Steelers. Damn it. Back to the drawing board. Nope, I already took Mitchell Trubisky. Can't take him. What a shame. Oh, no.
There's still some good quarterbacks on the board.
Yeah, like Jalen Hurts.
Ben Roethlisberger, Jared Stidham,
I'm not taking
Minshew, Ryan
Stop saying
Tannehill,
that.
Drew Lock,
Taysom Hill.
Derek Carr, Daniel Jones.
I'll
Dwayne
take Matt
Haskins,
Ryan.
Matt Stafford. That's fair.
Is he
Okay.
taken yet?
No.
He is not.
All right. I'll take Matt Ryan. I'm not thrilled about it, which is how I feel most people who would pick Matt Ryan would say. So I'll take Matt Ryan. He
Say what you will
technically
about
does
Matt
have an
Ryan.
MVP.
He has an MVP. He plays at a very consistently high level year in, year out. Yeah, he has some trouble winning games late, but he gets the job done for you.
And
if you're picking 32, there's a lot worse guys that you could have gotten.
And then for 33, I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's got kind of tough to picture these two guys playing together, but I'm going to pick Julio Jones. It's kind of a stretch. I'm not sure how their play styles would complement each other, but I have a feeling it might be relatively successful. So
Julio Jones. This is the only time Julio Jones ever would have the opportunity to get out from under Matt Ryan and see what he could do for a different quarterback, and that ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here.
Which means Chiefs fans can finally enjoy a man who will constantly be underrated because his quarterback can't find him in the end zone.
Alrighty. Quick turnaround back to the 49ers with the 34th pick. I got to go quarterback here, so we are going to go Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Good pick.
I
Good
think
pick.
he's underrated. I really do. Think he's
Volume
kinda-
machine.
I definitely agree with
absolutely.
that. Man, so I'm up with the 35th pick with the Packers. I've already taken Myles Garrett. Part of me really wants to see the kind of chemistry that would go down in the locker room if I took Mason Rudolph here. That would be funny. But man, yeah, I also have to go quarterback. Guys like Jared Goff, Teddy Bridgewater still available. Guys I said earlier. This is tough because there's a lot of good players still on the board. I'm going to go Daniel Jones here. I think he's the best option looking forward.
All right.
I nearly went with that. Lost pick. I feel it.
So the Titans have been graced with the blessing that is Jamal Adams, and I'm now going to grace them with the man who is the. What did you just do, Corwin?
I fucked it up. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Fixed.
Who is the primetime success that is Kirk Cousins?
Ew.
Yep. You're not wrong for that reaction. It's not pretty. But if you pay him $30 million, you will certainly spend a lot of time thinking about him.
Josh, the Titans are not going to be getting a good grade from me at the end of this.
They're in a great position. They have a safety and a quarterback. What more do you need?
It's very open-ended. All right. Okay, so the Ravens with the 37th pick. You get the best running back in the league. Round
Correct.
1. Shut up. I'm gonna go. With the resurgence he saw last year, I'm gonna go Ryan Tannehill.
Okay. I don't dislike that pick.
Ryan
All right.
Tannehill.
The Seattle Seahawks with pick 38. Sam Darnold at cornerback. This is
Corner?
tough here because I don't know whether I want to protect him with some offensive tackles. I don't know if I want to give him some good weapons. I will say that there are more top options at wide receiver or at running back than there are offensive tackle with how many guys that were taken. So I'm going to give him a weapon. I'm going to give him Saquon Barkley.
Great.
Very nice. I am picking at 39 for the Texans. They already have on the board Nick Bosa. They need a quarterback, so I will bequeath onto them
Bequeath.
Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's about as much as that deserved. All right. No, that man has freaking tree trunks for legs. He's cool in my book.
I was between him and fucking Phillip Rivers, but I figured take the guy that has possibly actual upside instead of just has 9 kids.
Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
That's his defining characteristic right there. Phillip Rivers. He's not a quarterback. He's just a father of 9.
Yeah, he's just a procreator.
Yeah. Has a really comfy bed, apparently. All right. With the 40th pick in the second round, the Vikings, after taking Jimmy Garoppolo, we're going to go defense on this pick with Joey Bosa.
Ooh, okay. A full 35 something slots after where he got taken in the ESPN one.
I did notice that, yes.
Don't blame them there.
And took him after his brother.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Indeed.
Man. So here we are with the Browns, not the Browns, with the Saints back on the clock, pick 41. Baker Mayfield's the quarterback. I would think about giving him weapons here, but we've seen what he can do without the kind of protection that is really anything lower than elite. So I think I'm going to have to go protection here, get him a nice left tackle. I'm going to go Taylor Lewan.
Okay. Very nice.
Plus, he has a really cool mustache, so you can't beat that.
Yeah. That sounds nice. So that brings me to the Patriots with pick number 42 here. They already have stellar quarterback play with Mitchell Trubisky. What they need
Elite
next,
quarterback.
what they need next, my friends, is a wide receiver. And I can think of no better wide receiver in the NFL than a man by the name of Quintez Cephus. Currently somewhere on the depth chart for the Detroit Lions.
You know we were looking for this when we gave Josh drafting rights to the Patriots. Like, this was what was going to happen.
God, I tried giving him the Jets and giving you the Giants,
I
and
know,
it didn't work out that way when there was 4 of us drafting, but now with 3, this
Wow.
is madness.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest,
All right.
Chuck, there are worse players to give them than Quinn Cephas. I'm kind of high on him coming out of the draft, but
He's not a second round pick in the
there's
entire NFL.
2 wide receivers off the board so far. It's
wow. All right. So with the
It's just going to be a great connection.
Oh my goodness.
Me, dude.
With the 43rd pick, the Buffalo Bills will pick a real wide receiver in Tyreek Hill. You fucker.
Cock. You fucking you booned me. That's who I was trying to go with at
Yeah.
the next pick. Fuck me. The Steelers pick. Fuck. All right. I feel like I gotta go wide receiver after taking Laramie Tunsil for the Eagles here. I'm gonna go Drew Lock. I think he's the last actual franchise quarterback here with some upside. So pick 44 to the Eagles, Drew Lock.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about that. We're looking at
overall.
I did not take him 15th overall.
I was thinking about the whole quarterback situation as we go farther and farther into this draft. And this next team I'm picking for, the Rams, already have an offensive tackle. And it just feels a little bit late for it to be worth taking a quarterback at this point without waiting even farther in the draft to take a guy that may end up being something. So I might go running back here and take Ezekiel.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not mad because that means more players fall to Corwin.
Okay. Speaking of more players falling to Corwin,
no.
I really liked how Josh took TJ Watt right before the Steelers pick. And it's funny how the Bears now at 46 have the pick right before the Steelers, because I'm going to take Minka Fitzpatrick.
Taking a safety, all right. I mean, I would complain, but
are you even mad for other reasons?
I'm mad for other reasons, but at the end of the day, I'm not terribly upset. Man, I feel like there's so many different ways I can go here, but at the end of the day, this guy's still available, so I got to go Nook Hopkins.
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, Nuke.
Nook. Nuke. Yeah, okay, whatever pronunciation.
It's Nuke.
Yeah, whatever.
Good job, buddy.
Fight me.
Knuckles Hopkins.
Tua's got himself a great deep ball. I would have loved to have Tyreek Hill there. I would have paid money to get Tyreek Hill there, but the Steelers still get arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Fair enough. Oh, is it my turn?
It is
yes,
indeed,
Josh,
sir.
It is.
Oh, shit. Sorry, boys.
Take another Steelers player, I dare you.
Yeah, you'd like that, you little bitch, wouldn't you? I'm gonna take Olasun Kanmi Dini. No, I couldn't even get through that.
What?
He's on the Steelers' depth chart, number 92.
Olad Adenei. I forget how to pronounce it.
Adenei, sure, I'll go with that. No, but in all reality, I'm going to double down on the defense side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball here that the Cowboys are currently rocking with, as they have TJ Watt as their defensive end. I'm going to take Bradley Chubb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
No, I mean, offense in terms of quarterback, nothing too crazy going on here. And hey, if it can work for the Broncos in that one Super Bowl they won with lifeless arm of Peyton Manning, it can work for the Cowboys as nothing else has. So
Touche.
there you go.
Oh man, is Ethan up?
I am
Yep.
up.
Cool, because I'm still looking at players.
Alrighty. So
That's what happened to me at the last pick.
Yep.
going around with this, Kyler Murray, being that this is the Falcons pick, 49. Kyler Murray could do with some protection here. But I don't, I'm not gonna give it to him because he can run. He's good at that. So I will.
Fuck your health and safety.
I'm gonna give him a weapon in Devontae Adams.
Okay.
All right.
That's not a bad pick. That's the guy that I myself was looking at. But
So
I'm
what you're
gonna
saying
go,
is I'm you except earlier and better.
and also with the grammar mistakes. So yeah, exactly
Oh, fork.
the same. Joe Burrow with the Broncos now pick 50. It's hard to say who I should go here. Joe Burrow's young. I think he can compete early, but I want to have him a good wide receiver to kind of be able to take advantage of his skill sets. So I'm going to go with probably the best young wide receiver in the game right now, Chris Godwin.
Fair enough. Tom Brady is an old man. I'm at pick 51 here with the Buccaneers, where Tom Brady currently sits as the lone member of their draft board. So I'm going to get him an offensive lineman. I'm going to take Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith. I nearly took him for Kyler. That's a good pick.
I had to step away for a second, so I did not see. Oh, Tyron Smith. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. We are at pick number 52. Indianapolis Colts. They have Carson Wentz at quarterback. This man needs some protection, and I'm going to give him someone he's familiar with in Lane Johnson. I think he's a
nice.
great offensive tackle.
Yeah, I agree with that. 53 pick for the Raiders. Dak Prescott in the first round. I feel like I myself am going against what I would argue is the most important way to build an offense or build a team, which is get that foundation, that offensive tackle. But this guy is too good to have fallen this far. So I'm just going to have to take best player available here. I'm going to go a wide receiver for Dak Prescott. I'm going to go Mike Evans.
I was heavily considering him for Tom Brady, but it felt like too much of the actual literal Buccaneers. All right, so I am now up again for the Jets here at pick number 54. I'm going to continue my theme of picking positions I desperately wish the Jets would actually fucking take in the actual fucking draft. And take a capable edge guy, even though he's a touch old at this point, but I don't think it's really affecting him too much as of yet. I'm going to take Von Miller.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So, with the 55th pick, the Cleveland Browns, they have Drew Brees. Man, the man can make any wide receiver good, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go and give him, probably what someone I would call the best power back in Derrick Henry.
Power bottom.
Something I'm very familiar with.
Oh, that's not funny, but it is. Oh man, I don't know who to go here. Jaguars pick 56 took David Bakhtiari in the first round. Need a quarterback because there's not going to be many at the next turn, but the options are fucking slim. Guys like Teddy Bridgewater, Jared Goff are really the only two guys I would consider taking here. Oh, this is rough. This is a rough position to be in, and I don't like it here. Mom, Come pick me up. I am scared. I'm gonna get weird with it. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a team that I'm trying to compete with immediately. I'm gonna go Ben Roethlisberger.
Interesting choice.
Big Ben elbow injury Roethlisberger.
All right, that brings us to number 57. I'm picking for the Cardinals, who already have Quentin Nelson. I want to give them an offensive weapon and maintain some semblance of protection. I am going to go with Travis Kelce.
Ooh, power team right here.
Yeah,
Love
this is actually shaping up to be one of my better combos so far. I'm kind of proud of this one. Yeah, Travis Kelce. He's good at football. To take a joke from Corwin that he took from the internet.
That he took from the internet.
All right. Fuck you guys.
All right.
The fuck.
This one. You have Khalil Mack. You have the Panthers, who are trying to win now. This one's tough. Probably need a quarterback. You know what? We're going to go. We're going to go Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay. That was going to be probably my next quarterback I would have taken there.
Yep.
So
Fair
that
enough.
leaves, what, one team, two teams without a quarterback right now?
Looks like it. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
2, 3. Yeah, it just looks like there's 3 teams still without a quarterback, which is fine. So next pick number 59 for the Chargers. Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Need to have him, get him some protection. We know he can do it without any weapons around him. Pun intended. So I'm going to go with Anthony Costanzo at left tackle. Give him one of the top left tackles still available.
That's George's brother, right?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Fucking A.
All right, so next up, I'm taking for the Dolphins at number 60. So far, we have Aaron Donald on that team. I am going to, again, lean into the defensive side of the ball with this and take Stephon Gilmore.
Boo this man.
Why is that,
Suck a
Corwin?
dick.
Why boo?
I don't know.
Just
I
not
just
a
had
fan.
nothing constructive to say, so.
So, yeah, fair.
Yep.
All right.
Excellent.
Moving on.
Excellent constructive
on.
commentary here, boys.
Mm-hmm.
With the 61st pick, my New York Giants are going to go with a weapon for Deshaun Watson in Kenny Golladay.
Kenny Golladay.
Pick.
All right.
Good pick.
I think that would be a really cool combination to see.
Man, I am stuck as to who I want right now. I got Russell Wilson for the Lions in the first round so far. This is tough. This is really tough. I do think he's a guy that needs at least a wide receiver. I would like to zig while the others zag, but I think there's fewer and fewer top options available. So I'm going to go Allen Robinson here for Russell Wilson.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice. I like that pick.
All right, so we're getting near the top of our original order again. The Redskins, far earlier in the draft, took Lamar Jackson. He's a very mobile dude. He's got, apparently, decent accuracy in arm this season, as he won MVP on the strength of those two. I'm going to give him a guy that I think he can reliably get the ball to when he needs some type of escape. He's been put on the wheels already. I'm going to give him Alvin Kamara.
Damn it.
A nice dual threat back.
I was totally going to take him, man.
Yep. He's been phenomenal for Drew Brees, and I cannot imagine how much more versatile he could be with a more versatile quarterback. So, Alvin, Guadalajara, Kamara, Rama, Kamara.
There are so many defensive players still on this board. My goodness.
Well, I keep taking them. You keep giving me shit, so fuck you.
No, you're just taking weird ones. All right. Ethan, you're up, closing out the second round. You have 2 picks here for the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, so the Bengals took Joe Burrow. I'm gonna have to take an offensive lineman right now. Older guy, but I think he is still doing really well. Joe Staley.
Okay. He retired, so
Fork. All right.
as
well,
much as I'd love to have a Plaxico Burress pick in this, he
I was gonna-
retired like 2 weeks ago, so I feel like it's too
God damn
close
it.
to really make that be fair to turn that into a joke.
All right. All right.
It's okay, buddy.
I'm doing my best. My next tackle on the board then, and please don't be retired. That would just be.
Joe Thomas.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Andrew Whitworth.
Ooh, he's dead.
I'm gonna kill you.
No, just another caveat. Andrew Whitworth is like 37.
As I was going for older guys with good talent.
Nope, he's 38.
Whoa. How
He
is
is
he
a
alive?
38-year-old offensive tackle.
Wow. All right. Ethan, give us your next pick.
Oh, jeez.
Bengals picking twice.
Would you like to see other members of the NFL who are collecting Social Security? Because I can get you that list.
Thanks, buddy. We're gonna give Pat Mahomes a weapon of a wide receiver in Amari Cooper.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Okay. I
All
made a
right.
mistake earlier in this draft that I'm really hoping doesn't come back to bite me. So we'll see if you guys pick up on it.
What'd you do?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh.
I'll tell you
Well,
when
I
I
hope
get
it
a
does
pick
fuck
that
you.
I could use.
All right. So the Redskins so far have Lamar Jackson and Alvin Kamara, and I'm just going to lean into the star-studded offense here. I know he hasn't been great since switching teams, but I'm still pretty high on him. I'm going with Odell Beckham Jr.
That was it.
Yeah.
As soon as I picked Allen Robinson, I was scrolling through the rest of the wide receivers I have listed. I saw him and was like, fuck, that guy should not be this low.
Yep. OBJ. So this team is offense heavy and looks amazing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options right here. Russell Wilson, a guy that I think his scrambling ability is second to none. So I'm not going to worry about offensive tackles just yet. I'm going to focus on some defense. I think this guy has the chance to be a top 5 edge rusher as soon as this year. I'm going to go Chase Young.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I feel like he'll be a DN, so I'll list it as that. Ethan, you are up with the New York Football Giants.
Alrighty.
See what I did there? That was my Chris Berman impersonation.
All right. So we're gonna go defensive side of the ball. I'm gonna take for the New York Football Giants, the 68th pick, defensive edge rusher, DeMarcus Lawrence.
D-Law.
All right. Right on. Right on. All right. I'm not thrilled about what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to take a gamble here. The Dolphins so far have 2 back-to-back defensive picks, Aaron Donald and Stephon Gilmore. I'm going to take wait, is it my Corwin? Yeah, Ethan just didn't put his pick in. I'm going to take a man not currently on an NFL roster,
Antonio Brown.
I'm going to take Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's fair. That is very fair.
Probably better than a few of the more recently listed quarterbacks, although again, not currently on an NFL roster, which is a shame because he is really talented and definitely more talented than Nick Foles, and Nick Foles got traded somehow. So life's a mystery.
Life's a bitch and we're just playing in the sand. That had nothing to do with it. You just got that stuck in my head with just the
Life's a
word she
bitch and
used.
then you die. That's why we get high.
Because you never know when you're
when
gonna
you're
go.
go. I remember seeing that shit live. Anyway, continue.
That's impressive. Is it my turn to pick, guys?
It is.
All
Chargers,
right.
70.
So the Chargers 70th pick. We've got Anthony Costanzo. We've got Aaron Rodgers. I feel like it's only fair that we give Aaron Rodgers someone to throw the ball to. The problem is there have been a lot that have been taken so far. So I'm going to revert back to the listing I have of all the top players. I want to give him a young guy that I think is being undersold right now. I want to go Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay.
All right. Does that have anything to do
Fair.
with the fact that he is on the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, I went straight off of the wide receiver listings, the rankings that we did with Josh
Fair
previous
enough.
episode ago.
I wish I had those sheets in front of me.
Wow, maybe if you listen to the podcast, you would know what that information is.
Well, yeah, because I'm about to
Or
write
where
all
to
that
find it.
down. It's a joke. I don't
Bitch.
listen nearly enough.
Or ever.
Neither do we.
It's true.
I do
You
actually listen, guys. You're occasionally. All right. With the 71st pick, the Carolina Panthers, they have Teddy Bridgewater, who is their quarterback at the moment.
Yes, who is
which
literally a
cool.
Panther right now.
He is literally a Panther, which is nice. And Khalil Mack on the defensive end. So I'm gonna go and give Teddy someone he can hand the ball off to in Dalvin Cook.
Okay. Don't know if he's going to play this year, so we'll figure that out along the way.
For the 72nd pick, I have the Cardinals here. We've got Quentin Nelson. We've got Travis Kelce. We're going to keep the offensive side moving. We're going to keep things just chugging downfield with a little running back action. Someone versatile, someone special. Austin Eckler.
Okay.
Upside guy.
Still don't have a quarterback, but you see that nobody else is going to take one, so you can just punt that for a long time. I like
Also,
it.
you said I didn't have to, so I might just not.
Okay. All right. So for the Jaguars here at pick 73, we've got Ben Roethlisberger, we've got David Bakhtiari. I don't know whether I want to go running back here. I don't know whether or not I should give him a wide receiver. There's probably some better running backs available, but wide receiver is just so much more important. This is tough for me, but because it is Big Ben and I want to see him throw the ball deep, I'm going to give him Stephon Diggs.
I like that pick. I think that would be
I think it's
crazy
ridiculous how offense heavy we're going right now. I feel like we need to. I need, at least myself, need to look internally and say, get your head out of your ass
You know
and
what?
stop thinking
Yeah,
about fantasy.
I do completely agree with you on that one.
Because there are some great picks that are falling just because we are so focused on the offense.
Yeah, you make a good point.
All right, Ethan, what do you got?
Your mother.
Well, I hope she's okay.
See, I was thinking.
Oh, that's a first.
Fuck you.
Off the top rope.
Sorry.
You, fuck off.
I love you too.
Oh man.
Ethan, I need you to come on every podcast.
A retired guy. Yeah. Oh man, I'd love to. This is so much fun, guys. It's great talking to you after being stuck under a rock for 3 months.
It's great having you on.
Oh,
it's okay.
Awesome time. Yeah. Well, fuck you too. Okay. So 74th pick. The Browns have Drew Brees, Derrick Henry. Do I protect Drew Brees or give him a weapon? Or, pick something on the defensive side.
Well, I will say this. You have the most accurate quarterback of all time and a running back that doesn't catch the ball. So do with that information what you will.
Yes, but the way I see that is he has this insane weapon that can just smash through defensive lines, and then he can throw the ball to Joe Schmo, and Joe Schmo is going to fucking grab it. So
You make a good argument.
Geez, who would be my next defensive pick?
I already typed mine in, so if you could just not take that guy, that'd be really fucking great. I don't know if it even comes up yet.
It hasn't.
Does not on my screen, no.
Okay.
I'm going to go
Chase Winovich. Okay.
tough.
Oh, wow. He's still available. Oh, shit.
I
Wait.
am going to go. Where is he? Shit.
All right. You've got 15 seconds because
We're going to have to enact the clock.
I'm sorry.
11.
You know what? Marcus
10.
Davenport.
Okay.
All right. So we're up to the Jets again. They've got Michael Thomas. They've got Von Miller. What will they do next? Stay tuned for more. I have no more plan after this. I didn't think the Jets would make it this far. I'm debating whether or not I want to take a quarterback in general for this team. I'm not sure we need it. I think they might just hold us back.
I mean, the Jets of all teams should know QB, not an important position.
Not for us. We've never had it. We'll never will.
Hey, take Joe Namath. Post corpse out there behind center.
Him and those wobbly ass knees. I'll take an upside guy. I will take a quarterback for the team. Because why not, I guess? Let me know if he's already been taken, because I don't feel like looking. Justin Herbert.
Definitely hasn't been taken. I wouldn't be the one to take him. But at this point in the game, him being like the 30th quarterback off the board, I'll allow it. He's got the upside, but
It's the thing. I wouldn't have taken him in the first 2 rounds, but we're this far down, and, why not?
My hate for him knows no bounds because I love running with hyperbole. I'm sure he's going to be fine. Next up, pick 76, the Las Vegas Raiders. Took Dak Prescott in the first, Mike Evans in the second. I want to give them a defensive weapon at edge rusher, build on that defensive line. I'm going to take the best young defensive end still available in Danielle Hunter. Danielle.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I'm going to go and build off of this edge rusher. The Indianapolis Colts have Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, great offensive side. We're going to go, and I'm purely picking this guy because I want to try to say his name. Yannick Ngakoue?
Yannick Ngakoue.
Yeah, super close. Basically, nailed it. No. All right, so that brings us to pick number 78 here for the Buccaneers. We have Tom Brady. We have the stalwart in front of him, Tyron Smith. I'm going to now give him a back that he can dump the ball off to because he is old and needs someone to take a hit for him when things get dicey. We'll go with a young dude, but I think he'll be. He came off a really, really nice season in Philadelphia. I think he'll be set for a really good season upcoming as well. Miles Sanders.
Ooh, okay. Another Penn State running back. Running back, you. Yeah, there's been quite a lull in offensive tackles lately. Joe Burrow, Chris Godwin for the Broncos, now here at pick 79. I want to get possibly the best young offensive tackle in the game right now. Just happens to play right tackle. I think he could easily slide back over to left like he did in college. Out of Wisconsin, we have Ryan Ramczyk.
Neat.
I feel really good. I wish I waited more on offensive tackles because some of these guys' names I know neither of you have ever heard of. It would have been a lot easier to take them.
Probably right.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, I'm up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Falcons.
79 picks. You
Pick
finally figured out the order. Yeah, bitch.
We have the Falcons with Kyler Murray and Devontae Adams. Has Mitchell Schwartz gone yet?
Nope.
I'm going to take him.
Fuck you, dude.
Offensive
I literally...
tackle, Mitchell Schwartz.
Ethan, I have him written in for the Steelers pick. You fuck. I have him...
This is so cool. I love when that happens.
You're a cunt.
And proud of it.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Fuck.
All right, that brings us to the Cowboys. They have TJ Watt. They have Bradley Chubb. Their defense is looking wonderful thus far. They need something on offense. I'm going to give them a wide receiver who has proved scrappy, a gym rat, a real lunch pail type of guy. As you can tell, he's white. I'm going with Adam Thielen.
That's fair. That is very fair. Now I'm stuck here digging around, looking
Adam
for
Thielen getting
other
the ball
right
thrown
tackles.
to him by Bradley Chubb. Nice.
Man. Has La'el Collins been taken yet?
Yes.
He has?
No.
Okay. You're a bitch.
I feel like you'd remember that name being said, buddy.
All right. Well, fucking fight me. I don't care. I'm actually not going to go La'el Collins. I'm going to keep looking for a second because Ethan fucked me so hard with that pick.
I'm really happy I did that.
I know you're happy, and that's what makes me even more upset.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah. Okay. That's an option I can do. That's an option. Fuck. Oh, I don't know who to take. I'm gonna go with the guy that I think has the highest ceiling left at right tackle. Gotta protect Tua Tagovailoa's blind side. I'm gonna go Mike McGlinchey.
All right.
Neato. How many white dudes have we taken in a row now?
4.
Wow, that might be the most in the history of the NFL draft.
I refuse to confirm nor deny because I don't know. Don't know.
It feels true, therefore it makes it true.
Exactly.
All right, Ethan, tell us about those Bears.
All righty.
Bears.
So I think at this point, the Bears just don't need a quarterback. I feel like no quarterback is better than Mitch Trubisky.
Who has been taken by the
Who
Patriots.
has been taken by the elite freaking Patriots. I'm looking forward to that pick, Josh. We're going to go another defensive pick right after the Steelers, Cameron Hayward.
Very nice.
I can't complain. That's a great pick.
That brings us to the Los Angeles Rams. They have Teron Armstead. They have Ezekiel Elliott. This team is shaping up to be very nice. Let's give them some more power, protection, and fucking goddamn it, flexibility. Zach Ertz, tight end.
Ooh.
All right.
Can I draft his wife?
Can draft these nuts.
All right, so now the Eagles are up with pick 85. Laramie Tunsil in the first, Drew Lock in the second. The third round pick has fallen far too much for a guy that has led the NFL in sacks over the past 4 years. I'm going to go Chandler Jones, or like many would call them, Miss Chandler Jones.
Chandler Bong Jones.
That's a French joke. First time in this podcast history, but there it is.
There it is.
All righty.
I just saw Quintez Cephas's name again.
Oh my god.
That makes me happy.
All
You're gonna
right.
love my next pick.
I can't fucking wait. Please be like a punter.
Young Hoku? Yeah.
It's a kicker.
All right, the Buffalo Bills with the 86th pick. Hey Corwin, press enter, you dickhead. They have Josh Allen, they have Tyreek Hill. That's just a freaky combination. I didn't emphasize that enough when I drafted Tyreek Hill, because Josh Allen has a cannon. And yes, you're a bitch too, Corwin. Get out of my box. And
I
Tyreek
will
Hill.
never
Something
get out of
Corwin
your
said
box.
Ethan said many times before. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go defensive side of the ball. Fuck, where is he? We're gonna go with Cameron Jordan
Okay.
Jordan Cameron.
or Jordan Cameron. Which one is which?
I think if you draft one, you get the other.
I think so too. What's the other one? A tight end?
This is a fucking storyline in the league, guys. We should know this by now.
Exactly.
Jordan Cameron is the white tight end married to some chick that I looked up for some other reason. And then Cameron Jordan's the defensive end that looks like Captain Hook.
Yeah.
All right. So that
And
brings us
Ryan
to the
Fitzpatrick
Patriots.
went to Harvard.
Oh,
Patri-
he's married to Tiger Woods' ex-wife.
That's incredible. Wait, Jordan Cameron is?
Cameron Jordan. Nah, fuck. No, I got it wrong. It's Jordan Cameron.
Oh my god.
I love it when life imitates art. All right. So the Patriots are up here at pick number 87. They have Mitch Trubisky. They have Quintez Cephas. You might be saying to yourself, but Josh, who's going to protect Mitchell Trubisky? And I'm here to tell you folks, I have the answer.
No.
And the answer is Eric Flowers.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
I
god.
feel dirty.
That hurts me.
Eric Flowers.
Yes, I feel dirty.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, I want to build this team in Madden and see how this thing performs. This is beautiful.
Oh god.
All right. So the Saints are up now with pick 88. Baker Mayfield, Taylor Lewan. There are many skill position players I could go with here, but at the end of the day, I am here to protect Baker Mayfield so he can actually be a good quarterback. So I'm going to go with a right tackle here. I'm going to go with the big man, Orlando Brown.
Downtown Orlando Brown.
Love that.
All right. Follow that up with the 89th pick. We have the Vikings already taken Jimmy G, Joey Bosa. We're gonna go with a wide
Captain
receiver
Kangaroo.
here. What'd you say?
I said Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, we could take him, right? You can just
I
jump
don't
right
see
over
why
those
not.
defensive linemen.
Captain Kangaroo is not actually a kangaroo.
A weird thing to call someone if. All right, we're gonna go AJ Brown.
Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain
Not Antonio Brown.
Kangaroo. Boom, boom, boom.
Although I thought about it.
That is a
All
little
right.
sneak peek for next episode when we discuss Pulp Fiction.
Yes, sir. All right, that brings us to the Texans, who have Nick Bosa and Gardner Minshew. This is a weird team thus far, and let's make it weirder. Let's take some risks. Let's have some fun. Le'Veon Bell coming at you, pick number
Ooh.
90.
All right.
Interesting. Man. Pick 91, Seattle Seahawks, Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley. Feels weird not going with any offensive lineman here, but I do think Sam Darnold having a good wide receiver here. You know what? I'm going to do the best of both worlds. I'm going to give them Mark Andrews. Why not?
Good choice. This
Little
is a
tight
very
end
good team
action,
here.
little blocking, little receiving. Yeah. All right, Ethan, you are up with the
Alrighty.
Ravens.
So we have the Ravens with Ryan Tannehill, Christian McCaffrey. We're gonna go. We're gonna go defensive back here, and I'm gonna take Buda Baker.
Okay, all right. Interesting pick, but I support it.
All right, that brings us to the Titans. They have Jamal Adams. They have Kirk Cousins. They've got big-time players. And that brings us to the man that almost single-handedly won the 49ers their Super Bowl and their cool Super Bowl win this past season, because they definitely didn't lose it for no good reason. Deebo Samuel.
Debo. Debo is just one of the best names in the history of names, and I love it. All right, so the Packers are up here, pick 94. Myles Garrett in the first, Daniel Jones in the second. Myles Garrett, one of the best defensive options in this entire exercise, let alone at pick 31. So I'm going to go with arguably the second best cornerback in the league, still only like 23, 24 years old. Cornerback, wildly underutilized in this so far. So I'm going to go Tre'Davious White.
All right.
Real quick, what do you think Deebo Samuel's real name is?
James Harrison.
Tyshawn Raekwon Samuel.
I like Debo.
I don't know. Tyshawn Raekwon is a badass combo for a first name, middle name.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue the way Debo does.
Tyshawn Raekwon Samuel, that rolls off the tongue.
Do you think he just really likes the movie Friday?
I hope so. We all should.
If you Google Debo, the first result is Tom Lister Jr., who's the character actor for Debo in Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, is that me?
Somebody make a pick now.
Yep.
All right. 95th pick. The 49ers, they have good old George Kittle, Matt Stafford, and we're going to do a little someone to put some work in on the defensive side, and we're going to go with DeForest Buckner.
Right on. Right on.
I love these names.
All right. 2 picks here for the Josh man with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not sure I like being called the Josh man.
The
That
Josh man.
feels dirty. All right. I am going to take for the first of my 2 picks for the Kansas City Chiefs. I will take another San Francisco 49er. I will take running back Raheem Mostert, who is another nice playoff breakout guy for them. And then for my second pick, I am going to take tight end Rob Gronkowski.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Honestly, there's other tight ends I was looking at ahead of him, but at the same time, Corwin and I both had him pretty high when we did our tight end rankings last week because it feels foolish to bet against him. So if he can be half the player he is, he's worth taking in the 4th round. So
That's fair.
I agree with that.
all right.
All righty. 49ers with the 98th pick. Just had DeForest Buckner. They have Matt Stafford, George Kittle. We're going to do something to protect. And you didn't end up taking Lyle Collins, did you?
No, I did not.
I'm going to take Lyle Collins.
Okay. All right. So with the
Offensive
99th
tackle.
pick, the Packers are on the clock. We have Myles Garrett, Daniel Jones, Tre'Davious White. I feel like the defense, although there's guys here that I could take to really make that honestly the best defense in the league, I feel like giving something else along with Daniel Jones would be helpful. I'm going to give him a running back. I'm going to give him a dual threat guy. I'm going to give him Kareem Hunt.
Keep forgetting he's in the league.
Big Kareem Hunt stan. I think he's terrific. So there he is.
All right. Well, fair enough, I suppose. That brings us to the Titans. Once again, they have players. Those players have names. Those names are Jamal Adams, Kirk Cousins, and Deebo Samuel. It's tough. I'm debating between going offensive tackle here or offensive lineman for giving them guys, or to go with wide receiver again. Hmm. It's a debate. It's a debate, my friend. Did we take Lane Johnson yet? Is he off the board?
He
Yes,
is.
he is.
Trent Williams?
Yep.
Trent Williams. Did he go off the board?
I thought so.
I don't
Oh,
think Trent
jeez.
Williams did.
All right, then I'll take Trent Williams.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Baltimore Ravens have Christian McCaffrey, Ryan Tannehill, Buda Baker. And they're about to have nice little DJ Moore.
Ooh, okay.
Good choice.
Nice
Speedy little
offense
guy.
breaking.
Real nice offense developing here in Baltimore.
I agree. Next up, pick 102 for the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Mark Andrews. Want to give them a defensive weapon. All the top pass rushers are on the board. There's still a lot of quarterbacks still available, but I'm going to give them a guy with a lot of versatility, being their only defensive player currently. So I'm going to give them a guy that could play high, play low, impact the game at every level. I'm going to give him Derwin James, safety.
Solid.
Very nice. The Texans have Nick Bosa, Gardner Minshew, Le'Veon Bell, and let's add a wide receiver to the mix here. I'm going to give them. Man, I don't know what to do with this. I have a couple options I'm debating between. Let's look at this team again. Oh, that's right. It's madness. Calvin Ridley? Is he still available?
Calvin Ridley is available.
All right, Calvin Ridley.
All right.
Does that mean I am up?
No, it means that I am up.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. The Vikings with the 105th pick. Sorry, 104th pick. They have Jimmy G, Joey Bosa, AJ Brown. Oh man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Melvin Ingram.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, interesting pick. Like it.
Edge
All
rusher.
right. So now I have the New Orleans Saints, Baker Mayfield, Taylor Lewan, Orlando Brown. That is a great foundation for the offense. I could give them some weapons here, but I feel like defense, there's still way too many good cornerbacks on the board. I'm torn between two guys, so I'm going to do it with the guy who's played at a higher level longer. I'm going to go Marshawn Lattimore.
Excellent choice.
Who actually plays for the Saints. That works out well.
Oh, well,
Totally
there you
meant for it to do that. Totally meant for that.
go.
Hey, remember when
All right,
he let Stephon Diggs win that game?
No, that was Marcus Williams.
Oh, fork.
Get your
I
shit
messed it
together,
up.
dude.
All right, so that brings us back to our local neighborhood Patriots. They don't deserve much, and I don't think I'm going to give them much. So let's hop on over to the defensive side of the ball here.
Can we throw some names out and have you pick between them?
All right, sure.
I think you should go Cameron Canaday.
I don't
Who's
even
a
know who
long
that is.
snapper.
Frick is that?
He's a long snapper, but you can't underestimate what that position can do for your team.
Can you
Although-
draft Rex Ryan?
You could go cornerback and go with a guy like Artie Burns. He's pretty awful.
I was thinking cornerback, but I was thinking more in the neighborhood of Eli Apple.
Ooh. See, you know what? I think Eli Apple is a much better player than a guy like Artie Burns.
I
I think
much
he's
better
also
than
a
Eric
better
Flowers.
player. I think he's a better player than Artie Burns, but I think he's also a fucking maniac, and probably won't last long on any team he goes to.
You know what? Touche.
Yep.
Locker room cancer, best thing that Bill Belichick could ever have.
Yep.
Oh man.
All right, Ethan, you are up.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go defensive back here. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but I'm gonna go with Landon Collins here for the Buffalo Bills, who have Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, and Cameron Jordan. Yeah, we're going Landon Collins.
I can dig it.
It can be dug.
All right. Philadelphia Eagles, pick 108. Laramie Tunsil in the first, Drew Lock, and then Chandler Jones.
Too many.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Bad joke. I'll just resign immediately.
Yeah, could you?
I still think cornerbacks here are the way to go. So I'm going to go with the other guy I was thinking of. I'm going to go Denzel Ward.
All right. Very nice. That brings us to the Rams. So far, we got Teron Armstead, Ezekiel Elliott, and Zach Ertz. Let's keep the offensive flow going here. I'm going to give them a quarterback. I'm going to take. He's not great. He's not bad. He did a lot better than I thought because I just looked at his stats. I'm going to give them Derek Carr.
All right.
All right. He's not great. He's not bad.
Yeah, did you realize that the last 2 seasons, both of the past 2 seasons, he's thrown over 4,000 yards?
Oh, I forgot about this guy. Fuck.
I
did know
definitely
that.
throw it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think he'd have even thrown that much. Like, he can definitely still produce something, you know?
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Woods. Yeah, he was. Yeah. All right. So, 110th pick. The Chi-Town Bears. They have Ronnie Stanley, Minka Fitzpatrick, Cameron Haywood. We're gonna stay on this trend. I'm gonna take James Conner.
Nice.
This is fun.
Oof. As a Steelers fan, you done fucked up, kid.
I'm keeping with the trend of.
You know what? I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. All right, so the Steelers are up. Tua Tagovailoa in the first, DeAndre Hopkins in the second, Michael McGlinchey in the third, and now at pick 111, a guy that I absolutely missed the last 4 times I took cornerbacks, arguably the best cornerback in the NFL right now, from the Green Bay Packers. I'm going Jair Alexander.
Neat.
Definitely upset I missed him earlier.
That brings us to the Cowboys. So far on the Cowboys, we've got TJ Watt, Bradley Chubb, and Adam Thielen. I'm going to go wide receiver again. I'm going to take a gamble on a guy who missed basically all of last season hurt, but has been a remarkably consistent wide receiver prior to that. I will go AJ Green.
Okay.
All right.
I can dig it. Who's going to throw him the ball? Who cares?
All righty. So for the Falcons, we're a bit offensive heavy in this Falcons draft. We have Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Mitchell Schwartz. So we're gonna get defensive end and go for. You know what? He's a little older, but I still believe he's a great defensive end. Calais Campbell.
Okay. I guess that leaves me up with this next pick. The Broncos are on the clock. Joe Burrow in the first round, Chris Godwin in the second, Ryan Ramczyk in the third. I feel like I'm going to say fuck it to the defense. Go all in on the offense. Let's see who is still available. A lot of running backs here. A lot of really good players. I'm going to go with a guy who is also a rookie, but I think has a chance to be a tremendous running back. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. Because why the
All
fuck
right.
not?
All right. Very nice. Very nice. We come to the Buccaneers. They've got Tom Brady, Tyron Smith, Miles Sanders, and now they've got Keenan Allen.
Ooh, dope. I hate that I just said dope.
Kind of
Sick, bro. Tight.
Fucking toy.
Tweet like Toyga.
Oh, bitch.
All right. 116. We're already 116 in, guys. Good job.
I know, we're killing
The
this.
Indianapolis Colts, Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, Yannick Ngakwe. That's so fun to say.
Right?
I'm gonna go with a wide receiver in. If I could remember his first name, Robert Woods. There we go.
Ooh, okay. Does that mean I am up? Because I'm
Yes.
not looking at the board. All right. Let's go back to that real quick. So the Raiders pick 117. We got Dak Prescott, Mike Evans, and Danielle Hunter. This is tough because I want to do something to protect them, protect the quarterback. Not a lot of great offensive tackles on the board. I feel like Quentin Nelson is the only guard that's been taken so far. Quentin is spelled incorrectly on our board. Just want to throw that out there.
You are welcome.
This is tough. I'm gonna go with arguably one of the best guards in the game right now. I'm gonna go Zach Martin.
Good pick. I was looking at him.
Neat-o. So that brings us to the Jetropolitans, the New York Jets. And so far we have Michael Thomas, Von Miller, and quarterback Justin Herbert. I also am looking at offensive linemen, and it is thinning out so fast. Did we already pick Orlando Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn, did we already pick Trent Brown?
We did not.
All right, then Trent Brown it is. I got one of the two Browns I was after. So Trent Brown it is.
There you go.
All right.
Alrighty. The Cleveland Browns have Drew Brees, Derrick Henry, and a very ill-advised Marcus Davenport. Let's go.
To say that Michael Davenport is ill-advised, but not an ill-advised pick, makes it sound like Marcus Davenport keeps getting terrible advice.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? We have Drew Brees. We're going like win now. I'm gonna go Patrick Peterson.
Nice pick. Nice pick. I'm pretty sure he still suspended for part of this year, or was that last year?
I believe that was last year.
I
but
think that was
could be
last
wrong.
year.
Okay. So the Jaguars are now up. David Bakhtiari in the first round, Ben Roethlisberger and Stephon Diggs following that up. This is a team that's in that win now window, going for it all this year. I'm going to give them a great defensive edge rusher, chance to have the NFL lead in sacks this year. I'm going to go Zadarius Smith.
Sexy.
It is sexy. Thank you for noticing.
All right. So that brings us to the Cardinals. They've got Quentin Nelson, Travis Kelce, and Austin Eckler. I'm debating going wide receiver here or quarterback. I'm having a tough go of it. I think my quarterback will still be there. Honestly, this wide receiver might still be there. I'm just going to take chances here. This is what it's all about here, folks. I'm going to give them DK Metcalf,
Ooh.
All right.
wide
I like
receiver.
that. All right. 122nd pick. The Carolina Panthers have Khalil Mack, Teddy Bridgewater, Dalvin Cook, and they are about to get Jalen Ramsey.
All right, not a bad pick. Another guy kind of slipped my mind a little bit.
Same here.
Yeah, it's
And I
tough. I
think
really
that's
wish I did
because
putting together a collective list of all these names.
oh my gosh, yeah. I'm a bit all over the place if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, it happens. Next up, the Los Angeles Chargers. Aaron Rodgers in the first, Anthony Costanzo in the second, Juju Smith-Schuster in the third. I could go defensive player here, but I feel like with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, that doesn't really matter because he could get you back from any deficit. So I'm going to go all in on offensive weapons. I'm going to go with one of the top running backs all around, guy that can catch the ball, can run between the tackles, or in this case, tackle. I'm going to go Joe Mixon.
All right.
Damn, I was looking at him for a
Yeah.
future pick. All right, so that brings us to the Dolphins. So far, they have Aaron Donald, Stephon Gilmore, and Cam Newton. Not a bad team, but an odd team. Cam Newton got to throw the ball to somebody. I hope he hasn't been taken yet, or I'm going to have to hunt for a different wide receiver. I'm going to go with Michael Gallup.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna go with. I'm also gonna go. No, I'm not. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, you tease.
Next up with the New York Giants, we have Deshaun Watson, Kenny Golladay, DeMarcus Lawrence, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna go Denzel Ward.
All right. Denzel Ward's already off the board, so nice try.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Who took him?
I did.
You fuck. All right, Kyle Fuller.
Kyle Fuller is still on the board.
That's who I'm going with next. Then.
Toit. Like a toy guy. It's weird. The NFL doesn't have any tiger mascots.
No,
No
I
comments
don't.
on that. All right. The
That
Detroit
was a
Lions
useless
pick.
bit of
What?
what?
Wait, do you mean Bengals?
Bengals. Yeah, I guess they could be
Bengal
tigers.
Tigers?
Yeah, but they're not called the Tigers. They're called the
No, but they are
Bengals.
the Bengal Tigers.
But they are
like,
a tiger.
Yeah.
But their mascot isn't a tiger. It's this weird color mix of.
It's
Things
tiger
that
stripes.
looks like a tiger.
No. I refuse to accept the evidence presented to me in a
Okay.
accurate manner.
You suck.
Fake
you.
news. Fake news.
You're wrong.
You're-
Okay, you're
You're
wrong.
wrong.
Oh, he has dementia.
It's very
All
sad.
right. The Detroit Lions
Kind of
pick
question.
126. Russell Wilson in the first round. Allen Robinson in the second. Chase Young in the third. Time to give Russell Wilson some protection. Possibly the best offensive tackle he's had in his career. Young guy, a rookie, but a chance to come in and start day one. Not a chance. He will come in and start day one. A very, very good offensive tackle prospect. Should be very solid for them. I'm going to go Jedrick Wills, offensive tackle out of Alabama.
Excellent. That brings us to the Redskins. They have Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Odell Beckham Jr. Why should we stop this offensive train? Let's round this bitch out. Hunter Henry at tight end.
All right, Ethan, close out the fourth round for us.
All right, I will close this out with and please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Running back who is not off the board yet in Nick Chubb.
Nice pick. Nice pick.
And I believe we're gonna keep going with this.
Yeah. Do you want to do an intermission, just like a 5-minute?
You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, I feel like this would be a good breaking point before we close this out.
All right.
All right.
Whew. Take 5, gentlemen. Take 5.
All right. Shall we continue?
Yep.
I feel like we should.
All right. Then, Ethan, give us the second pick you're making for the Bengals. 129.
All right, 129. First pick in the 5th round for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going with defensive back Chris Harris Jr.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right.
Interesting.
So that brings us back to the Redskins, and I'm gonna have to be reminded of if players have been taken or not. Jarvis Landry, is he still on the board?
He
I
should
believe he
be.
is.
Ooh, damn it! I'm caught between him and someone else now. I changed my mind. I'm gonna take Marquise Brown.
That's fair. I would take Marquise Brown over Jarvis Landry.
Yep, I saw his name and was like, shit, that's a better choice. All right, Marquise Brown.
Redskins saying "fuck it" to the defense.
Mhm.
Hey,
All right.
we're gonna take a league average defense. If the Chiefs can win the Super Bowl with the defense they had, which was not bad but was not great, with the offense they had, which was amazing, then this Redskins team that is so far fucking beautiful, might I say, they can win it too.
I feel that. All right. The
Well, yes, this
Detroit
Redskins
Lions.
offense is beautiful.
It's true. It is very sexy. Detroit Lions up with pick 131. We've got Russell Wilson, Allen Robinson, Chase Young, Jedrick Wills. We're going to continue on with the rookie hype train. We're going to go cornerback Jeff Okuda.
I like that. I like that pick.
Nice.
Alrighty. The New York Giants. 132. Deshaun Watson, Kenny Galladay, DeMarcus Lawrence, Kyle Fuller. And we're going to add to that offense with Cooper Kupp.
Ooh.
All right. The Dolphins have Aaron Donald, Stephon Gilmore, Cam Newton, Michael Gallup, and I'm going to add Will Fuller 5.
Will Fuller 5. All right.
Why?
Don't know.
Why what?
Why?
Why not?
He's got us there. Why not?
All right.
The
He's a decent wide
Chargers.
receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the value's there, especially with,
You already having Michael Gallup.
yeah. But hey, it's his team. He's going to build it. He's a great deep threat. If he can stay
When
healthy,
he's
Cam
healthy,
Newton can throw him the ball, yeah.
Hey, my whole team is when they're healthy, so.
All right, fair.
It's true. We do not have injuries in this fake fantasy world. Next up, the Chargers at pick 134 already have Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Costanzo, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Joe Mixon. That's a pretty damn good offense. They need a cornerstone on defense, giving probably the most undervalued player we've discussed so far in this draft. I'm going to go with absolute dominating defensive tackle Chris Jones.
All right.
Would anyone like to tell me what team he currently plays for?
The Montreal Alouettes.
Damn, he's good. This guy's good.
Oh man. All right, so we'll go back to the Panthers. We got Khalil Mack, Teddy Bridgewater, Dalvin Cook, Jalen Ramsey, and is Jason Peters gone yet?
I don't think
No.
so.
All right, we're going left tackle Jason Peters.
Current free agent Jason Peters.
All right, the Cardinals have OG Quentin Nelson, Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, DK Metcalf, and let's just build a wall here. I'm going to give them rookie Mekhi Becton.
Ooh, okay. Pretty
team's he on,
solid
Josh?
strategy right there.
What'd you say, Ethan?
Hey, what team is he on?
The New York Jettisons.
We are completely unbiased.
Yes, sir.
I can't even be biased in this because all the Steelers players are getting fucking taken before my picks.
I know, I love it.
All right. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are up at pick 137. Already have David Bakhtiari, Ben Roethlisberger, Stephon Diggs, Zadarius Smith. Definite team in a win now window. So I'm going to give them one of the top cornerbacks who is actually 29. I'm going to give them Darius Slay.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
All right. Cleveland Browns pick 138. Drew Brees, Derrick Henry, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Peterson, and is Tyler Lockett gone?
No.
Yeah, I
We're
don't think
going
so.
Ty Lockett, the Rocket.
Good pick. Good pick.
All right, that brings us to once again our New York Metropolitans. The Michael Thomas, Von Miller, Justin Herbert, Trent Brown, and I'm going to dig into the rookie pool yet again. I'm going to take wide receiver Jerry Jeudy,
The Jew.
the Jew.
How unsurprising. All right, let's see. Who do we got here? Next up, it's the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders. Almost said Los Angeles for a second. The Raiders. Dak Prescott, Mike Evans, Danielle Hunter, and Zach Martin. I'm going to continue building on this defense. I'm going to go Fletcher Cox.
Neat.
I like it. All righty. Indianapolis Colts. They have Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, Yannick Ngakoue, Robert Woods, and we're gonna go. I like the rookie trend. I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
Well, I hope you are interested in keeping the rookie train going because I was going to move away from it, but I found one that seems to fit pretty well in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers depth chart that we got going on here of Tom Brady, Tyron Smith, Miles Sanders, and Keenan Allen. I'm going to dip back into the well of rookies and take Andrew Thomas.
Ooh, okay. Going with those offensive tackles. You know what? I have the Broncos up now. They got Joe Burrow, Chris Godwin, Ryan Ramczyk, Jonathan Taylor, all excellent young offensive players. I'm going to go with the first big young defensive player with probably the best linebacker in the NFL, Darius Leonard. The keystone of a good defense.
Nice.
I like that. Yep. All right. Atlanta Falcons have Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Mitchell Schwartz, Calais Campbell, and let's add on. You know what? I feel like he gets shit, but I'm gonna go Todd Gurley.
All right. Let's see if that knee holds up.
Yeah.
But if it does, good choice.
I thought we were saying that injuries don't exist in this league.
You know what? You're 100% right. Then he's probably pretty low. I don't know. This is very back and forth about how I'm feeling at each pick.
Yeah.
Not wrong. I am going to go. So I have the Cowboys up here: T.J. Watt, Bradley Chubb, Adam Thielen, A.J. Green. I don't think he's been taken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go Leonard Fournette.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's available. I don't know whether or not I should keep going with defensive players here, or if I should switch back and protect Tua Tagovailoa, first pick for the Steelers. Also have DeAndre Hopkins, Mike McGlinchey, and Jair Alexander on this team. I feel like I could get a good young pass rusher in the next round, so I'm going to go with another offensive tackle to protect the oft-injured Tagovailoa. So I'm going to go with Jack Conklin.
Okay. Alrighty. With the 147th pick, the Chicago Bears are going to move away from Steelers players at the moment, and I'm going to go Frank Clark.
All right.
Okay. That brings us to the Rams at pick 148. They currently have Teron Armstead, Ezekiel Elliott, Zach Ertz, and Derek Carr. I'm going to once again dip into the rookie player pool and take wide receiver C.D. Lamb.
Cock, dude. I literally, if you want to look, I have that written in for the Eagles.
Oh,
Y'all's a
man.
bunch of bitches. That's what y'all are.
That's
And
funny.
loving it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a connection that already exists for young quarterback for the Eagles, Drew Lock, who also has Laramie Tunsil, Chandler Jones, and Denzel Ward. I'm gonna go Cortland Sutton.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
It's Ethan's turn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. With the 150th pick, we have the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, Cameron Jordan, Landon Collins. J.K. Dobbins, running back, rookie.
Not a bad pick. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the first running back taken in the draft this year. No, or not taken yet. Still on the board. But he's much too good for the Patriots team that is drafting now.
And this brings into question, what should the Patriots do? It's an oft debated point about the mysterious moves that the Patriots make come draft time. And I think what this young team needs is some veteran leadership. I think they need the help of tight end Jimmy Graham.
Oh, fuck me.
I thought you were going to go Tyler Eifert. That man's like 50.
Is he that old? Wow.
He's so old.
I mean, he's not literally 50, but
No.
Yeah.
No, he's 50. He's 50.
He's actually 50.
Oh, man. So the Saints are up here with pick 152.
Will they
Baker
be marching
Mayfield.
in?
Fuck you.
We've got Baker Mayfield, Taylor Lewan, Orlando Brown, Marshawn Lattimore. A lot of ways you can go here, but I want to give them a great offensive weapon, can catch the ball, can run the ball well, one of the top backs in the NFL. I'm going to give them Josh Jacobs.
Off the board yet?
Nope.
This is getting... Alrighty. With the 153rd pick, we have the Minnesota Vikings having Jimmy G, Joey Bosa, AJ Brown, Melvin Ingram, and to work with that defensive side, I'm going to go Xavier Howard.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick.
All right. My Houston Texans have Nick Bosa, Gardner Minshew, Le'Veon Bell, Calvin Ridley, and now we will add bright up-and-comer DJ Chark to the list.
Nice.
Right.
I was gonna go with a defensive edge rusher here for the Seahawks at pick 155, but I see that Sam Darnold does not yet have an offensive tackle protecting him, so I'm gonna go
What
with
else
the
is new?
yeah, right. I'm gonna go with the top draft pick from last year. Has yet to play it down in the NFL due to injury. I'm gonna go Jonah Williams.
Okay.
Okay. With the 156th, we have the Ravens with Christian McCaffrey, Ryan Tannehill, Budda Baker, DJ Moore, and we're going to work on that defensive line with Sam Hubbard.
Nice.
Man, this Titans team, what to do? What to do? I'm going to try to compliment the defense here a little bit. Give Jamal Adams someone to be more disruptive up front. I am going to go Montez Sweat.
Ooh, love that sweaty motherfucker.
All right.
The Packers up at 158. Myles Garrett, Daniel Jones, Tre'Davious White, Kareem Hunt. I'm going to give Daniel Jones a little bit more weaponry to work with. So I'm going to go with the top wide receiver in this year's draft class. I'm going to go Henry Ruggs III. Little Tyreek Hill clone there.
That speedy man.
He is a speedster.
Right, and we're almost at the end of this round. We have the 49ers with the 159th pick. We're going to pick that rookie first off the board this year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
Glad the glad.
but not him.
No, the other one.
All right. That brings us to the Chiefs. They have
This
Matt
man-
Ryan, Julio
Take-
Jones, Raheem Mostert, Rob Gronkowski. I'm going to add the biggest slut in the NFL to the list, Brandon Cooks, who I can't tell if I can't believe he hasn't been taken yet or if I can believe that he hasn't been taken yet. Tough to say.
The second one.
And I will add another rookie piece. I'll add Austin Jackson.
Who?
Interesting. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Just to give them, I didn't take an offensive lineman, and at this point, it's too late for me to take a defensive piece and not have it be a waste of time. So,
Just no defense whatsoever.
nope, they will roll in with a league average defense, and they will thrive.
That is fair.
That is fair. All right. So we have the 49ers, George Kittle, Matt Stafford, DeForest Buckner, Lyle Collins, and the recently taken Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Let's move in with a wide receiver piece. T.Y. Hilton.
Okay. All right, the Packers are up with pick 163. Again, they went Myles Garrett, Daniel Jones, Tre'Davious White, Kareem Hunt, and then Henry Ruggs III. No protection pieces yet for the young Daniel Jones. Still vitally important, so I'm going to give him a guy that has mightily fallen down this board, but is still one of the top young offensive tackles in the league. I'm going to give them Taylor Decker.
Good choice. The Titans are Jamal Adams, Kirk Cousins, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, Montez Sweat. I'm going to go offense again and give them Rashad Perriman.
Boo.
Why boo?
Why?
So, I don't know. I feel like we're being too positive with these picks. We need
Suck
to
a
tear each
dick.
other down.
I think a lot of this is over positivity, but you know what? That's what you get.
Yep.
Well, it's not like we're going to pick someone and go, I'm picking him because he's the worst. Well, except for my Patriots picks. But yeah.
All right. The Ravens have Christian McCaffrey, Ryan Tannehill, Buda Baker, DJ Moore, Sam Hubbard. You know what? I want him here because otherwise I gotta wait a whole bunch of picks to get him. We're gonna go Desmond King.
Wait. I am a huge fan of Desmond King. Don't know exactly if this high would be where I'd take him, but you know what? I love that man. So the Seahawks are up. Again, they have Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Mark Andrews, Derwin James, Jonah Williams. They need another pass rush option. Well, they need a pass rush option on this team. So I'm going to give them one of the best young guys in the league, Josh Allen. The other Josh Allen.
Great pick.
All right. I'm up. The Texans have Nick Bosa, Gardner Minshew, Le'Veon Bell, Calvin Ridley, DJ Chark. I'm going to go Melvin Gordon here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go. All right, for the Minnesota Vikings, they have Jimmy G, Joey Bosa, AJ Brown, Melvin Ingram, Xavier Howard. I'm gonna go with someone I feel like has been greatly overlooked, unless they have already been taken, and I just cannot see it. Devin Singletary.
Has not yet been taken.
There we go then.
I think that means I'm up. Yes. All right. So we've got the Saints up now. Baker Mayfield, Taylor Lewan, Orlando Brown, Marshawn Lattimore, Josh Jacobs. Not a whole lot of wide receivers left on this list, so I'm going to keep going with some edge rushers. I'm going to go Brian Burns.
All right. For the Patriots' final pick, right? It's my turn.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So for the Patriots' final pick, we're going to give Mitchell Trubisky a little bit more help. We're going to give him a guy that he's not still on the team. But man, he's not good anywhere, and his existence doesn't matter. We're going to give him former Patriot Danny Amendola.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a
On the
pick.
Lions now?
Last I remember, he was on the Dolphins.
I think he's on the Lions now.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
Josh. Who fucking cares, yo?
Oh man. All right. The Buffalo Bills lost round pick. We have Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, Cameron Jordan, Landon Collins, J.K. Dobbins. And let's round this out with kind of who knows, but we're going to go Jadeveon Clowney.
All right. Not a bad pick. The Eagles with Drew Lock, Laramie Tunsil, Chandler Jones, Denzel Ward, and Cortland Sutton. I'm going to keep giving them some trench pieces, build up a dominant defensive line. I'm going to give them Grady Jarrett, defensive tackle.
All right. Brings us to the Rams. I will give them. I guess. Derek Carr doesn't like being on the ground much. Jake Matthews still available?
Yes.
All right, Jake Matthews.
Man. Pickens be getting heard.
All right, Nathan.
Alrighty. The Bears are going to take. The Bears should probably take a quarterback in their last pick.
Should they?
You know what? I'm gonna go Jared Goff.
All right.
'Cause
Not a
he
bad
hasn't
pick.
been
Pretty
picked
damn
up
good
yet.
value. Yeah, pretty good value there.
Yeah.
That leaves the Steelers up next. This is tough because they have a pretty well-rounded team. Tua, Des Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins, excuse me, Mike McGlinchey, Jair Alexander, Jack Conklin. No edge rushers yet. I feel like that should be a position of note. So I'm going to give them a guy that they do have on their team. I'm going to give them Stephon Tuitt.
Okay.
All right. So the Cowboys currently have T.J. Watt, Bradley Chubb on defense, and then Adam Thielen, A.J. Green as wideouts, and then Leonard Fournette as their running back. So this is a team that could possibly get by with unnamed league average quarterback. I could further boost the surrounding pieces and weapons on both offense or defense, or I could give them a potential young quarterback with upside. This is an interesting position. There's a lot that can be done here. Um, hmm. Damn, this is tough. I shit. All right. I'll go with option number 3, I guess. I'll give them another. I'll take another tackle or offensive lineman. Andrew Whitworth is gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Uh, Deion Dawkins.
Deion Dawkins is available.
Deion Dawkins, it is. All right.
All right. Falcons having Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Mitchell Schwartz, Calais Campbell, Todd Gurley are going to go with a defensive back in Byron Jones.
Nice pick. I'm also going to go defensive back here for the Broncos, who already have Joe Burrow, Chris Godwin, Ryan Ramczyk, Jonathan Taylor, and Darius Leonard. Very well-rounded team. Could use some defensive help with Darius Leonard. So I'm going to give them the top quarterback on the board by a fair margin, Marlon Humphrey.
I am going to go wide receiver again for the Buccaneers. So far, they have Tom Brady, Tyron Smith, Miles Sanders, Keenan Allen, and Andrew Thompson. I'm going to pick this wide receiver solely because I want to make sure one of us picks him because we all love him, Larry Fitzgerald.
All right. Cannot be mad at that.
Right? I know.
I mean, you could, but
It's true, you can.
I don't blame
You shouldn't be.
All right. 180th pick, the Indianapolis Colts with Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, Yannick Ngakoue, Robert Woods, DeAndre Swift. I think we're leaning towards another defensive back, and I'm going to go with AJ Boye.
Nice. I once again am going a defensive back, a guy that I overlooked because he's currently listed as the cornerback 2 on his own team, which is pretty ridiculous to say considering how dominant he can be. For the Oakland Raiders, pick 181. They already have Dak Prescott, Mike Evans, Danielle Hunter, Zach Martin, and Fletcher Cox. So to help out with that secondary, I'm going to give them Marcus Peters. Turnover machine.
Damn. I was thinking of him a while back.
It's hard keeping track of all these names that are going.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
The thing with the ESPN pick or the ESPN draft is every team had its own individual drafter, so no one had multiple teams. So you could look and dig through these lists and find the guys you want to target instead of just having to
this
keep
is tough.
Changing up the needs and looks and all that.
Yeah, we have 10 or 11 picks per round. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go defense here for the Jets. It'll be their second defensive pick. They have Michael Thomas, Von Miller, Justin Herbert, Trent Brown, and Jerry Jeudy. I'm going to go Justin Houston.
All right.
Okay. For the Browns, we have Drew Brees, Derrick Henry, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Peterson, Tyler Lockett. We're going to go offensive line with Eric Fisher.
Nice. Next up, number 10. What pick is this? 184. The Jacksonville Jaguars rocking with David Bakhtiari, Ben Roethlisberger, Stephon Diggs, Darius Smith, Darius Slay. They're looking at a compete now team. I feel like a lot of impact positions are down to guys that I wouldn't necessarily consider taking that would have the same kind of impact. So I'm going to go with a guy that y'all forgot about that I've been sitting on. I'm going to go Bobby Wagner.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yep, forgot about him. All right, I am going to go wide receiver again just to round out this offense-heavy Cardinals team. It's Quentin Nelson, Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, DK Metcalf, Mekhi Becton. There's no quarterback taken here. We're going to go Sterling Shepard on wide receiver and let league average quarterback just roll with it.
I don't know how that works when there's only an X number of quarterbacks left. I don't know. Would you get league average or would you get the best available?
Are we assuming? Oh, I was operating under the assumption that everyone was just a generic unnamed player. Are we assuming actual players in the NFL left?
I think so. We didn't clarify, so we could have this debate and vote amongst ourselves. The ESPN article stated that it would just be league average players that are named, such as guys like Donovan Smith, Harold Landry, or Malcolm Butler.
I see.
It's hard to say.
At the same time, let me offer you this though.
To a vote.
At the same time, hold on, let me ask you this. Would it be better for me to commit to a quarterback right now? Or since we're projecting 5 years out, maybe just bank on drafting a quarterback in the
Oh, sure.
future?
Yeah.
That's fair.
You can look at it that way.
If you want to specify that as being the way you want to do things, absolutely.
Because I don't know if it really would behoove me to take Philip Rivers, who would be here for 1 year and be a colossal risk,
let's see
or
whether
occupy this spot with like a Sterling Shepard, who might not be great, but like he can definitely be there as a
right.
slightly above average wide receiver too.
I mean, you got guys like Jalen Hurts, Tyrod Taylor, Jarrett Stidham, Dwayne Haskins is still on the board.
I was considering him for this spot, but I'm gonna leave him there.
Yeah, that's kind of it for starters. I'm gonna give you a name that you absolutely should take, Jameis Winston.
Oh
No,
man.
no, 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 thank you.
I
All right,
think
Yeah, I
he's-
took that as a joke. I 100% was not joking, but
Really?
sure. Yeah,
Hey, the
dude
man
had
got LASIK,
5,000 passing yards last year. Yeah, he's gonna turn the ball over a lot, but at
and he
pick
got LASIK.
185, he did. He got LASIK. He can see now.
I'm sticking with Sterling Shepard.
All right, they're gonna be running the Wildcat offense.
I like it.
No, we're gonna draft a quarterback later.
Fair enough.
Whatever you
fair
say,
enough.
bud. Alrighty. With the 186th pick, we have the Panthers with Khalil Mack, Teddy Bridgewater, Dalvin Cook, Jalen Ramsey, and Jason Peters. I'm gonna go with a wide receiver in Terry McLaurin.
All right,
A lot of upside on this guy. and
Terry.
I'm a fan.
Man, I am lost at this pick because I feel like the team I got here, the Chargers, they're in need of some defensive back help. You know, they got Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Costanzo, Juju Smith-Schuster, Joe Mixon. That's the offense right there. That's a very solid core. They got Chris Jones anchoring that defensive line, giving some pass rush help. No help in the secondary. Trying to find a guy that could come in and provide an impact play. Damn, this is tough. This is really tough because there's not a whole lot of options left. But I still feel like I'm gonna be able to dig through this and just talk my way into buying some time until I find a guy that's gonna work. I have a name. Let's see if I want him or if I want to go a different direction. He's not even fucking listed. You are just okay. I'm gonna go with Shaquille Griffin,
All right.
cornerback
All
from
right.
Seattle.
Ethan, what you got for oh no, that was
Alrighty.
sorry, never mind. That was
Yeah,
my
you're
turn.
up.
My bad. Again, since we're assuming that injuries aren't much of a thing, I'm gonna take what I think is probably pretty damn good value for pick 188. The Dolphins as a team right now, Aaron Donald, Stephon Gilmore, Cam Newton, Michael Gallup, Will Fuller 5, and now defensive end JJ Watt.
Holy shit, we're stupid people.
I was gonna say I think this is pretty incredible value, but yeah.
Fork.
Fuck me, dude.
God damn
Oh
it.
god, we're dumb
That's
motherfuckers.
rough.
Yeah, we are.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Really helping us out.
Okay. Well, the Giants are we're gonna go offensive line with this last pick. You know, because we save that for our last consideration all the time. I'm gonna go Brandon Scherf, assuming that we're going
Oh, you
lack of injuries.
cocksucker. Yeah, we are. Use a bitch, Ethan. You're a little bitch.
Hey,
No, I get
you
it.
use my bitch.
No. Touche. Touche, my friend.
You're gonna be holding my pocket.
I vote we bring Ethan back every week now. This is fun. Um, This is tough because there's not much left. This is going to be my last pick altogether. So the Lions are up. We got Russell Wilson, Allen Robinson, Chase Young, Jedrick Wills, and Jeff Okuda. There's a whole lot of different ways we can go with this. There's a whole lot of options that we can go. I'm gonna go with some protection here. If I can figure out a guy to replace Brandon Scherf, which was stolen from me.
Mhm.
Um,
My name is
man,
Rufus, and that's
and
the
that's the
Truthus.
Trufus. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm gonna go with a right tackle. I'm gonna go Isaiah Wynn.
All right, that brings me to my final pick with the Redskins. So far, it's been all offense for the Redskin potatoes. It is Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Odell Beckham Jr., Hunter Henry, Marquise Brown. I'm going to pivot to defense real quick. My final pick, I'm going to take Tyrann Mathieu.
Fair enough. Get yourself a guy that can play anywhere.
All right. And with my final pick and the final pick, we have the Cincinnati Bengals with Pat Mahomes, Andrew Whitworth, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, Chris Harris Jr. And we're going to finish this off with an older guy, but still getting that work done, Justin Houston.
Nice. Fucking toit.
I already picked Justin Houston.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
number
don't remember
12.
that pick whatsoever.
Right, it's right there with the Jets.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It
Fork.
was this round.
Yeah.
All right. Then let's change that real quick. Carlos Dunlap?
I think
Sure.
he's available. Yeah.
Let's take that.
All right. So now we finish it out. We have all 32 teams having been redrafted amongst 6 rounds. Obviously, these teams are not complete. There are 53 players on a roster, and there are 6 right now per roster. But we're going to go through real quick and issue a final grade for how each of these teams are set up within the first 6 rounds. We'll start from the top going down with the Bengals. The Bengals as a team. Actually, Ethan, it's your team. Why don't you go ahead and read it out?
So we have Pat Mahomes, Andrew Whitworth, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, Chris Harris Jr., and Carlos Dunlap. You know what? Looking at this right now, I feel like this is a team that can compete immediately. You're looking at Pat Mahomes, best quarterback. Andrew Whitworth might be old, but he was ranked top 5 offensive tackle in the league the past year. Corwin has already given me a C+. Yeah, maybe B- is what I would give it, but around that.
I guess since my grade has already been outed, I'll go next. I mean, Pat Mahomes is, the best player available, best player in the NFL. That in itself would get you to a very good grade. Andrew Whitworth is a 38-year-old offensive tackle. That really gives you maybe 2 years to work with him. So the value, I just don't see it there. Amari Cooper, round 3. You could have had Odell, who I like a bit more. But that's a good wide receiver one to have. Nick
You know what?
Chubb.
I'll be honest. Sorry, just to cut you off. That was before I sort of like really dove into the idea that we were going through this injury free.
Which is fair. I forgot him too and took Allen Robinson over him, so it happens.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, good running back, pretty decent value for round 4. Young guy. Chris Harris Jr., I like him as a player. Is kind of old though, and the same goes for Carlos Dunlap. Good player, decent value, but I believe he's a little on the older side. I will double check that. Yeah. So this is a team that has to compete right away. So looking 5 years out, I got to give it a C+.
I'm going to give it a B because I don't have enough strong opinions.
That is fair.
So we'll average all that out to a B minus.
Sure. If you want to have the final grade be like column L there, and we could average that to a B minus.
Sure thing. All right. Then that brings us to my first team, the Redskins. It's a team set up of Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Odell Beckham Jr., Hunter Henry, Marquise Brown, and Tyrann Mathieu. Hunter Henry and Odell Beckham Jr. are both injury risk dudes, but if we're assuming that that's not going to be the case, then this is wonderful. Alvin Kamara also a little bit on that side, but it doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson coming off an MVP finish. And Tyrann Mathieu, a weird solo defensive representation here, but dude plays football. Plays it real good. So I like this team. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think.
I mean, offensively, this is fucking unreal. I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. as a possession receiver that you could line up anywhere. Marquise Brown is a dominant deep threat when he can break into his prime. Alvin Kamara, unstoppable anywhere. Hunter Henry, value wise, great tight end, and then Tyrann Mathieu as your defensive cornerstone. Yeah, you didn't go more valued positions like defensive end, edge rusher, or cornerback. But if he's going to be the guy leading a quote unquote average defense, that's a pretty great leader to have. I give this a solid A. That's a great draft.
Thanks, pal. Ethan?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's a filthy looking team, and it pisses me off that it's the Redskins, but it looks great.
It's okay,
Redskins
Ethan.
potatoes.
Once we end this, you can go back to reality and realize the Redskins will never be anywhere close to this good. A's across the board. Impressive.
All right. This is the only good draft of my day. Ethan, Corwin, tell us about the Lions.
Thank you. Detroit Lions. Russell Wilson at quarterback, Allen Robinson wide receiver, protected by Jedrick Wills and Isaiah Wynn, two young, really good offensive tackles. I mean, being able to give Russell Wilson time, giving Allen Robinson time to work deep. I'd like to have Odell there if I remembered he fucking existed. But so be it. Allen Robinson, one of the most underrated wide receivers. And then to have two rookies, two top 3 picks at rookies. Chase Young is going to be a dominant edge rusher. Easily could be a guy that pushes 20 sacks a year when he hits his prime. Definitely the most dominant edge rusher I've seen come out of college since I've started watching the draft. That's how good he is. And Jeff Okudah being a lockdown corner, a chance to come out with some good length, good speed, good all-around player. I'm a big fan of this draft. I would personally give this I'd give this a B plus, A minus. I'll give it a B plus. I'll be a little less biased.
Yeah, this is a mean fucking draft. I have no strong opinions on this either. In which case, I'll just copy you, give you a B plus.
I think, I love Allen Robinson, but you picked him up a little early considering what else was on the board. But obviously, we were all picking a little bit crazily due to having the massive names just getting spilt. I still think it's a freaky draft. Having Chase Young and Jeff Okudah go to the same team is scary as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that A minus.
Woo! I don't know what that averages out to, but whatever.
It should average out to
Probably
a B
still
plus.
B plus,
Yeah.
B plus plus. I'll give it that.
All right, you got to chill.
Suck a dick.
I will. Don't.
All right.
Tell us about New York Giants. We have Deshaun Watson, quarterback, with wide receiver weapons Kenny Golladay and Cooper Kupp. Defensive edge rusher into Marcus Lawrence, cornerback Kyle Fuller, and an offensive line piece to build around in Brandon Scherf. I'd be super hyped if this was a real Giants draft. I feel like there could have been better pieces available where I drafted Cooper Kupp, but overall, I think this is pretty sweet. I would give myself A minus.
Looking at this, I love Deshaun Watson there. Kenny Galladay, tremendously underrated wide receiver, like him there. DeMarcus Lawrence, on the older side, I think he's at the on the back end of his prime. Same with Kyle Fuller. I mean, if you're looking to build this for the next 5 years, those are going to be guys that are going to get worse as this goes along. Cooper Kupp in the 5th is tremendous value. Love that pick. Same with Brandon Scherf. So I think you have some really good pieces, some really good value pieces as well. But there is some age issues there. So I'll give this a B plus.
I give it an A minus.
Thanks, buddy.
End of conversation.
So is that an A minus minus?
Sure.
If we're gonna move along with this whack grading system, it's only fair that gets an A minus minus.
Sure. All right, so that brings us to the Dolphins. The Dolphins have defensive tackle Aaron Donald, cornerback Stephon Gilmore, Cam Newton, Michael Gallup, Will Fuller 5, and J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt somehow being my best pick just because of how stupid late in the draft I got him. But this defense looks phenomenal. He got it inside, outside, in the secondary. The offense is a little bit awkward. Cam Newton being a really good quarterback. This is not on the team right now, but then 2 go guys in Michael Gallup and Will Fuller 5. But hey, I still think this is a fun fucking team. I'm proud of myself. I'm giving it an A.
Yeah. I'm also going to give it an A. I mean, the defense is fucking unstoppable, getting the best edge rusher or the best pass rusher, I'll say, with Aaron Donald, getting the best cornerback, and getting a still very dominant defensive end in J.J. Watt. Cam Newton, good value pick in the 3rd round. Michael Gallup, I'm a big fan of his, especially in the area you took him. Will Fuller, I think, is a reach there in the 5th round. But if we're talking about being healthy, having him be a downfield threat the way he is, I'm giving this an A. This is a really great offense. The only downside keeping me from giving it an A plus is the lack of protection for a guy like Cam Newton, who I know we're not talking about injuries, but that lack of protection should come back to haunt them at some degree. But overall, great draft.
Thanks, pal.
Hey.
Thanks, Ethan. All right, Corwin, tell us about the Chargers.
All right. Aaron Rodgers, enough said. Anthony Costanzo, very, very good offensive tackle. Maybe a little bit early, but I'll stand true that he is going to be a good guy for the next couple years. I'm very happy with getting Juju Smith-Schuster as my number 1. I'm very happy with getting Joe Mixon as my number 1. Chris Jones, I think, is one of the best value picks in the entire draft. Absolutely dominant, only 25 years old. Is not quite Aaron Donald level, but being just a small step down from that and getting him in the 5th round is tremendous. The same with Shaquille Griffin, lockdown corner, 6th round, very good value. I'll give this another B plus.
Ethan, what do you got?
Fuck you, Josh.
Minus. Love it. Okay. I'm gonna give it a B. I don't know. I feel like there maybe were better options where Juju was taken, but again, it's a solid draft. Ooh.
Josh originally giving me an F minus.
It was a joke. I'm actually going to give you an A for this, Corwin. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think needs any crazy weapons, so I think Juju is a really good spot here. Lord knows he's never really had good, consistent running back help, so Joe Mixon's perfect for that. He's got protection, and Anthony Costanzo and the defensive pieces are very good. So yeah, I'm going to give you an A for this. So this should average out to a B plus.
Nice.
Nope, not B plus plus. Not that good. All right, who's up?
And the Panthers, we have Khalil Mack, Teddy Bridgewater, Dalvin Cook, Jalen Ramsey, Jason Peters, and Terry McLaurin. I feel like, Khalil Mack being Khalil Mack is a solid pick. Grabbing Teddy in the second, maybe there were some better options at quarterback at that point, but I'll stand by it. Jason Peters is old, but he's still still plays really well. And I think Terry McLaurin as a young wide receiver to develop is great. So I'm gonna go. Considering that, I'm gonna go B.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, I think it's very early for not very early. It's early for Khalil Mack, especially since he's 29 years old. Going to be 34 by the end of this window we're targeting. Teddy Bridgewater, good QB, but getting a quarterback that late, I would have liked to see him matched with someone a little younger early on. Dalvin Cook, I think he could be a game changer. Jalen Ramsey, phenomenal value there. I think that's the best pick here. Jason Peters, little old for my taste. I mean, he's very late into his 30s. And Terry McLaurin is a very good value pick. So while you have some really good late picks, the early ones are detracting from this a little bit. So I'm going to give it a B minus.
Poor.
I am. For you.
I give it a B. I think all the pieces here are good. I think basically what Corwin said, they're taken in a little bit of a weird order. And I think if you reordered this a little bit, it would maybe look nicer. But the players are still good. So
Yeah.
B.
Sweet.
All right, that brings us to the Cardinals. Let's look at this mess. Oh no, this is a good one. All right, so we got Quentin Nelson, Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, DK Metcalf, Mekhi Becton, and Sterling Shepard. All offense, no defense. Quarterback to be named later. All I'm saying is if you threw mid first round quarterback number 3 or whatever the hell they end up drafting the year after this experiment starts, it is a pretty nice situation to be thrown in.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a fan of Quentin Nelson. I'm a big fan of, DK Metcalf and to an extent Austin Eckler. Mekhi Becton is a decent pickup, not my favorite value-wise, but still can be very good. Not a huge fan of Sterling Shepard where he is. I don't mind that you're basically tanking for Trevor. But the fact that your second round pick was, a 31-year-old tight end, what's he going to be when Trevor Lawrence is coming into his prime? So while I like Travis Kelce as a player, I don't really like him 3-4 years down the road. Same with running backs like Austin Eckler, who, going to be 29, 30 by the end of this. I do like Quentin Nelson, DK Metcalf, and Mekhi Becton. At the end of the day, as much as I don't disagree with the method of waiting for a quarterback next year, it's kind of hard to say, it's hard to do that and predict where you're going to be drafting. And, you're kind of wasted some of your picks with the age issues with I don't know. I am just having a hard time getting on board with this, so I'm going to give it a C+. Because you's a bitch.
I think, Corwin, you're focusing heavily on the 5-year mark, and we did say that we're competing somewhere in the next 5 years.
Right, but he doesn't have a quarterback. And
I
he's going to be
understand that.
relying on a rookie quarterback first year.
No, I
second
understand
year
that.
in the
I just think
NFL.
in all of your, I guess, analyses of the teams, you're basically looking at the final year of that 5-year window and saying, oh, all these guys are going to be old, but it's like, well, they're going to be great next year. They're going to be still pretty damn great the year afterwards. Maybe in 5 years they'll be slowing down, but
right. But
It's like imagine this team is what the Rams were the year that Jared Goff got good and they won the Super Bowl, and now no one cares. They didn't win the Super Bowl, so everyone's like shitting on them. But imagine they won the Super Bowl, like no one would give a shit. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but
That's
are
how
we
I
trying
view
to,
years 3 through 5 on this.
which is fine, but again, this team, just use an example again, specifically like Quentin Nelson, offensive guard, isn't the most valued position to be taking 8th overall.
You shut your whore mouth.
Travis Kelce, regardless of whether it's, competing in 3 years, 5 years, whatever, he's already in his 30s. And that's tough to have that value there when there's so many people on the board that are younger and would have a bigger impact when they end up getting a quarterback. I love Travis Kelce, but the age is scary for a team that's not going to be competing for a few years. Same with Austin Eckler. I mean, I am not against taking a running back, but if you're not going to be competing for a while, running back isn't exactly the most valuable position to be having as your third player you pick.
Plus, he
DK
has way
Metcalf,
too many
Mekhi
vowels in
Becton.
his name.
Exactly. I
All
like
right.
DK Metcalf. I like Mekhi Becton, and then Sterling Shepard, in my mind, is a jag at this point.
I
And
think
there's
Sterling Shepard is a terrible pick. I'll be completely honest with you.
and
As
there's
a
no
I'll be
defensive
defensive
completely
players
honest with
on the board.
you and say that I panicked.
You know what? The more I think about
That's
this,
fair.
I'm changing this to a C. I
All right,
have convinced
cool.
myself it's
Moving on.
All right, average it out to B minus or C plus. You can pick.
I don't want to because I have my team up, so I'm going to focus on that while one of you guys determines that.
B minus.
right.
That's what it averages out to. You forks.
Sure. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are up. David Bakhtiari, Ben Roethlisberger, Stephon Diggs, Darius Smith, Darius Slay, and Bobby Wagner. This is a team that I did say was going to be focused on competing immediately year 1, year 2. I think having a guy like Ben Roethlisberger, who, when we're talking about being healthy, yes, is on the older side, but is still a top quarterback option, especially in the second round. Having the best offensive tackle in the league and David Bakhtiari is huge. Stephon Diggs, very versatile wide receiver, definitely capable of being a number one guy for an offense. Darius Smith, was one of the top defensive ends, had in the high teens in sacks last year and has gotten better every year. Darius Slay, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. And then having a guy like Bobby Wagner, who is just a tremendous leader, real keystone piece to a defense. I think this is, while looking ahead, not exactly going to be a team that's going to be able to compete later on. I think their ability to win a championship is bar none. So I'm going to give them an A minus.
Eh, eh, eh. For a win now team, this is kind of awkward. Stephon Diggs is good, but he's not going to win you anything. And Ben Roethlisberger is good, but at this point in his career, I don't think he's going to win you. I don't think he's going to guarantee you the win as much as equally old Aaron Rodgers would. I think this is a good team.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not
Aaron
sure.
Rodgers was the 6th overall pick. Ben Roethlisberger was taken late in the second rounds.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, for their age bracket, I think these two people are pretty disparate in their talent. I'm saying Aaron.
Also, the last time Ben Roethlisberger played, he threw for over 5,000 yards.
Yeah, with a completely different team around him, which did not
This-
include Stephon Diggs.
This is going right back to the quarterback rankings episode where you just hated on Ben Roethlisberger the whole time.
At
He's
the same
better
time,
than
Ben
Drew Brees.
Roethlisberger had like the best offensive line in football and like 3 of the best wide receivers in the game. Like it's like that's and the best running back in football. Like of course, a horse. No, this is like a good team. This is a good team, but it's I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna go up. I said B. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Yeah, I was just
I'll
about to
take
say I'm gonna give this a B plus too. I think, and I'm not gonna toot my own horn or anything, but I think if you were a win now base looking for a quarterback, you were better off picking up, a Drew Brees. instead of David Bakhtiari. But
Was Drew Brees available? I thought he was already
yes,
taken.
he was the next
No,
pick.
he's taking the next pick. Yeah,
How?
look right there.
The next pick was Travis Kelce.
No, the next pick was Drew Brees.
I'm talking about your first round in David Bakhtiari compared
no.
to if you
I
were
get that.
That's all I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is getting the best offensive tackle in football and then getting a guy who can throw for 5,000 yards the next round is better than getting, a Drew Brees at 10th overall and then getting a guy like Derrick Henry or who would be Anthony Costanzo in the next round. Whatever. I mean, that's fine. You guys have your teams the way you're building
Corwin,
it.
we're off from each other by a half a grade. You are defending yourself way too
am
much.
just saying, defending my draft.
Ethan, your turn.
All right. We got Drew Brees, Derrick Henry, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Peterson, Tyler Lockett, and Eric Fisher. I'm gonna come straight out and say Marcus Davenport. I panicked the fuck out, and I was looking at the depth charts of like basically the entire NFL, and then I was like, oh wait, that's a name I kind of remember, and I spat it out, and that was not a good idea. But the rest of this draft, I am not mad at. I'm gonna still, because of that third round. I mean, it's a third round pick in the entire NFL, and I went with a. I'm gonna go like C. You know what? I'm even gonna go C-. I'm just disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where Drew Brees will be good for the next year or two. Patrick Peterson's in that same boat. Derrick Henry is honestly probably in that same boat where he only has a year or two left of being the level he is now. But that being said, he's a guy that you could kind of focus your offense around. Tyler Lockett, I think, is good value in the 5th. Eric Fisher is not the best value, but you could definitely do worse as an offensive lineman. But yeah, that Marcus Davenport pick is pretty brutal. So I'm going to give this a C, a base C.
All right, and that averages out cleanly just to C.
Sweet.
And because I gave it a C plus. I didn't say that. I wrote it down. But I didn't say anything. Yeah. All right. So the Jets draft. I did not do. I'm going to fully admit it before I read the names. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. A lot of these were panic. Oh my God, we're in the middle of the draft. Where am I looking? Michael Thomas, Von Miller, Justin Herbert, Trent Brown, Jerry Jeudy, and Justin Houston. This is a fucking weird team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let Corwin and Ethan talk about it because I don't even know where to begin on my own reasoning. Like I said, this is the middle of my draft, going both ways for the most part, and I just got caught in a lot of different directions here. So
I agree. Those middle teams are a bit difficult to.
they're
to
so
sit in.
hard.
We're going back and forth. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, tell me about him.
Michael Thomas is 28. For a wide receiver in the first round, I don't think that's amazing.
At the end of the day, it's Michael Thomas, though.
At the end of the day, he's still the best wide receiver in the league currently. So I understand that pick 100%. Von Miller in the second, getting a bit old. Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert. I think he's going to take the Chargers places, but I know Corwin doesn't like it.
I think he's going to take them places, all right.
You just think it's going to be downward, yeah. Trent Brown at 4th. I think that's not bad. Jerry Jeudy, I like, and Justin Houston is like a finish off. Yeah, I mean, he's got a year or two left in him. I'll give it. I'll give it a B-.
So the only issue I have with this is that the majority of your players are essentially a win now. I mean, like Mike Thomas, Von Miller are both, getting older. Same with Trent Brown and Justin Houston. I don't hate doubling up in wide receiver and getting a guy like Jerry Jeudy, who I think is refined enough with his route running that he can come in and perform well as a rookie. It really just comes down to the fact that I think so lowly of Justin Herbert and his ability to perform specifically early on as a rookie that I find this team is going to have a hard time competing early on. And when and if Justin Herbert is able to get himself up to, the capability to start as an NFL QB, it might be too late for the rest of these top guys. So I have a hard time putting a solid grade on this. I'm going to give this one a B minus.
I'm also going to give it a B minus, so it can just be B minuses across the floor.
Touche. Am I up? I am
yes.
up. The Oakland Raiders, starting off with Dak Prescott. I think that's pretty good value there. Mike Evans in the second round, I'm extremely happy with. Very young, dominant wide receiver. Danielle Hunter, I think, one of the best young edge rushers in the NFL. Zach Martin, one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL, even though he plays at offensive guard. And then closing out with Fletcher Cox and Marcus Peters, dominant defensive tackle, and then a dominant turnover machine at cornerback. I do not want to toot my own horn, but I think so. I will. I think this is an A+ draft.
Oh wow,
I do.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna drop it to an A with the chance to give it an A+ as we finish off. I feel like the A+ I'm gonna save for the best team when we end up determining what that is.
No, I think it's a great draft. Your age range is a little bit on the back end, but if you're playing right now, I think you're solid. So yeah, I'll give it an A.
What do you mean by that though?
I mean, Fletcher Cox is a little bit older, Marcus Peters is a little bit older, Zach Martin a little bit older, but
yeah.
Across the board, if you're going into it right now, I mean, Dak Prescott is what, 3rd year, 4th year? He's still doing great things. So with a Mike Evans as your guy for Dak Prescott to throw to, that's insane. The guy's a freak.
I will say they're all under 30. Martin and Cox are both 29. Peters is 27.
Fletcher Cox is 29?
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and it feels like he's 35.
I understand that, but we said the same thing about Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
I would have said 36
totally agree.
Cox. Holy shit.
I would have thought that too. But he's just so good. Yeah.
That's fair.
But I do get what you're saying, Ethan, that, really young early on and then kind of older and older as we go along.
Yeah. But still, like you said, this is a well set up team. I'm going to get an A also.
All right. The Indianapolis Colts, we have Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, Yannick Ngakoue, Robert Woods, DeAndre Swift, AJ Boye. Overall, pretty happy with this. Carson Wentz, speaking of, injury-free players, Carson Wentz is a steal this late, even in the first round. I think he could have gone above. I mean, I probably... Thinking of injury-free, I would have taken him over,
Dak.
A Dak or even a Drew Brees. But
I talked about that when I took Dak and forgot that was a thing that we talked about being not an issue. But it happens.
Lane Johnson, friggin' scary offensive tackle. Yannick Ngakoue, great edge rusher. Robert Woods probably could have had some better value. DeAndre Swift, still unproven in the league, but great upside. And AJ Boye as a lost round, secondary defensive piece, I think is still great. I'm gonna go A with this one.
I also would say your age. Well, actually, AJ Boye is not as old as I thought he was. He's 28. Robert Woods, I think, is 27.
Yeah.
So while he's 28 as well. I will say that, the ages are a little on the older side, but with this team, I feel like they could absolutely compete right now. I think Robert Woods is a very much underrated wide receiver. I'm fine with taking him there, even if there were, other guys I might take before him. I'm not going to knock that pick. It's my least favorite pick, but I wouldn't say it's an all around bad pick.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, I love Carson Wentz. I think Lane Johnson is a fantastic offensive tackle. Yannick Ngakoue is a fantastic edge rusher. DeAndre Swift is great value there in the 5th round. Same with AJ Boye. I'll give this an A minus.
I give this an A minus, and tell me if you understand what I'm trying to say here. All of these players feel like if you're making a group of A players, they're all at the bottom of the group, but they're still all A players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside of Robert Woods, yeah, I'd agree with that. That
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
solid players across the board. That's what I'm getting at with that. All right. So that brings us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have Tom Brady at quarterback, Tyron Smith, Miles Sanders, Keenan Allen, Andrew Thomas, and Larry Fitzgerald. Look, this is a team I said needed to win today. I actually think this team could stand a pretty decent chance of doing it. Tom Brady is we're looking at for just like this 1 year and maybe next. Tom Brady is relatively speaking well protected. He's got two reliable pass catchers and a very young, healthy, good-looking in terms of his running ability, and
He's pretty good
he's kind of
looking
cute.
and he's adorable.
Mm.
Young back and Miles Sanders. I actually, for what I was going for with this, I'm actually pretty content with this.
Yeah, I feel like I like this team now looking at it as a whole more than I did at each pick. I think it's going to end up being a really fantastic offense. I don't like the Larry Fitzgerald pick just because he's so old, but at the same time, having Tom Brady, Tyron Smith there, this is a team that's going to focus on winning right now. I'm going to give this a B plus, and the only thing keeping it from, I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a flat B because of the age. It's kind of hit it or quit it, and there is no defensive pieces here that would make an impact. So I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I'm going B plus. I see some solid output happening immediately. So yeah, B plus.
All right, cool.
The Broncos. This honestly might be my favorite team. Joe Burrow at quarterback. I love him.
There they go, and that answers the question.
That's it. A plus. Chris Godwin at wide receiver, best young wide receiver out there. Ryan Ramczyk, the best young offensive tackle, especially right tackle that you could get, especially in this area. Jonathan Taylor, I think he's a guy who could end up being very special. Darius Leonard, I think, fell tremendously. And then Marlon Humphrey is a very good young quarterback. So I think this is very much in the running for an A plus. I will give it an A and hold off for that rating just yet. But I am very much in love with this team. This is a team, I know you talk about, it's more than just winning 5 years out. I think this is a team that in the 3 to 5 year window is going to be one of the hardest teams to beat.
Yeah. It's a good team. Fuck you. It's an A.
Yeah. I love it when I get Josh just to say fuck you. That's when you know you got to him.
Just for spite. A minus.
Fuck you.
All right, and the Atlanta Falcons with Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Mitchell Schwartz, Calais Campbell, Todd Gurley, and Byron Jones. I think this is a pretty good looking team, guys. My first 3 picks I was super happy with for these Falcons guys. Calais Campbell, probably not my best value. He's a little older, but still disruptive. Thanks for interrupting. Todd Gurley, speaking no injuries, I think is a freaking steal here at round 5. And Byron Jones, great defensive back piece to do around. This I'm going A+, boys.
Oh wow. I love this draft. I didn't realize Calais Campbell is 33.
Yeah.
That
Just
is
kidding.
definitely it's definitely older than I thought he was, but at the same time, he's very dominant.
There we go.
I mean, no injury. Todd Gurley is an insane value that we let fall to the 5th round. Again, rules probably could have been described a little better at the beginning, but I mean, dynamic
Thanks,
offense here.
Corwin. You
Kyler
described
Murray,
the
you're
rules,
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
right? Okay.
Hey, you let me be the one to describe the rules.
Yeah, word's
Also
good.
because I came up with the rules and then also forgot the rules. But Kyler Murray working with Todd Gurley, Devontae Adams, protected by a guy like Mitchell Schwartz, with Calais Campbell and Byron Jones on that defense. Yeah, that's an A for me. This is a great draft. Great team.
Super job, buddy.
I mean,
It's an A
Calais
for me
Campbell,
too.
if you switched out Calais Campbell for a guy like who fell that could have been an option there. I don't even know, but like just a guy that was like 4 years younger. This is
like a Chris
definitely
Jones
A plus.
or
Oh
geez,
yeah,
even
you
a
put Chris
Fletcher
Jones
Cox.
here, unbelievable. Yeah, Chris Jones here would be an instant A plus.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll move on to my next Schlockfest. We have the Cowboys. Cowboys currently assembled as T.J. Watt, Bradley Chubb, Adam Thielen, A.J. Green, Leonard Fournette, Deion Dawkins.
Did not
Defensive,
realize there's not a QB here until just now.
there is no QB here. There is no QB, and to
That's the
be,
thing about Josh.
huh?
You just didn't like to. You didn't want to pick quarterbacks, did you?
Well, my thing is like, who would you rather have here? Like, I get Dwayne Haskins was available, but
No, I gotcha.
my thing is like, I don't want to waste a draft pick on a QB that would suck more than my team sucking for one season and then getting a decent quarterback. Because even I don't know, someone near or around the top 10 would be fine enough for this team. You know, I don't think it would. The real problem here is the wide receivers I chose, which I take full credit flack for. Because Adam Thielen was a panic pick. AJ Green's a risk because he's old. It's an okay team. I think the defense will be fine with TJ Watt and Bradley Chubb centering it up, but I think it's an okay team.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the first pick. I'm a fan of the second pick. I'm not a fan of pairing those two together just because while having a dominant defensive line with those two on the same team together is great. I think the rest of the draft doesn't really make up for that. I mean, Adam Thielen, AJ Green, 2 wide receivers that are going to be in their 30s by the time you get a quarterback. Leonard Fournette isn't the most dynamic running back around, and I think that's, a guy like Todd Gurley or DeAndre Swift would have been. I think there were better options on the board. And
Holy shit, Adam Thielen's 29?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's
oh
old.
my god, I thought he was way younger.
He didn't start playing until he was like 24, 25.
Yeah, he came
24.
out of D2, D3?
Yeah, it was like D3.
Mm-hmm.
His college was Minnesota State. I don't know what D that is.
Honestly, doesn't matter because Minnesota State ain't exactly a football powerhouse. And Deion Dawkins, I'm not a huge fan of him at offensive tackle. I just, again, not having the QB here, I think if you had a very young team to have that there, I think that would fit well. But I think the age, like TJ Watt, Bradley Chubb, I think that's a great defensive cornerstone. But the rest of the team doesn't really match up to that. I hate to do this, but I got to give it like a D plus. I don't see this team competing.
Yeah, I keep looking at it and I keep just bumping it down spots. I started off at like a B and then I went to B minus. I'm giving myself a C. That's as low as I'll go.
I'm going C minus on this one.
All right, so that averages out to a C minus.
We should also probably.
All right, let's see your Steel Boys.
The Steel Boys. Best team in the league. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. A+. Don't even have to go over the players. I'm the best. But no, in reality, Tua Tagovailoa, a little risky in the first round, just because not the riskiest pick, but at the same time, rookie quarterback, never played before, not on the level of Joe Burrow. I do think he has a tremendously high ceiling, and with fantastic protection, Mike McGlinchey, Jack Conklin, I think that's going to keep him upright, keep him healthy, and having a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, who's just a cheat code and just uncoverable, is going to help out tremendously. And then having Jair Alexander fall to the 4th round is tremendous, tremendous value there. And then the same goes for Stephon Tuitt. I think he wasn't on the Our Lads depth chart, and that's what took me so long to find him, which is weird. But I think he has the chance to come in and really make a name for himself. I'm going to give this an A. I'd love this draft.
Yeah, I think you're maybe reaching a little bit with Tua, but everything we've seen through college is that this kid's going to do something special. So, I actually don't know who Stephon Tuitt is. So I'm going to give you an A-.
Steelers.
Yeah, I only know your first 2 players offhand. Jair Alexander sounds familiar. Oh, I know who Jack Conklin is too. All the players I know the names of are good. I'll give you an A.
Sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, on to my Bears. You know what? Honestly, I started drafting this as like a bit of a fuck you to Corwin, just picking up Steelers. But it turned out to be a decent, not terrible draft. All right, Ronnie Stanley, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Cameron Hayward, James Conner, Frank Clark, and Jared Goff. Jared Goff in round 6 is stupid.
Yeah,
value.
that's tremendous, tremendous value.
Minkah Fitzpatrick in round 2, I still think is great. I mean, Ronnie Stanley round 1, I would say best offensive tackle currently who isn't, 40 years old. I will go. I mean, Frank Clark, a little bit on the older side. James Conner maybe was just a bit too much of a fuck you pick, but at the same time, I don't know. With the running backs that went around him, it's not terrible. Got it. I'm gonna go A-.
Fair enough. I really like the Ronnie Stanley pick. I really like the Minkah Fitzpatrick pick. I really like the Cam Hayward pick. Really don't like the James Conner pick. I don't know if that's me being a Steelers fan and just being upset with James Conner always being hurt, and it's being carried over to an exercise that makes him never hurt or no injury risk going into this.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Clark is a pretty good pick. I don't think the need was there at defensive end because you have Hayward there. But that's fine. And I really like the Jared Goff value. I think if you switched out James Conner for a guy like a younger wide receiver, or a more important position, more dynamic running back, even, I'd have a very different opinion. But I think all the key
like Marquise
pieces
Brown was
here.
available at that
Right.
point, and
I think that would have had a better impact.
pickup.
I'll give this one a B+.
All right, I gave it an A-. I like all these players. They're all good guys. No. This is a nice looking team. I agree with the James Conner thing. It's awkward. Picking running backs in general in this has been kind of awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I think Jared Goff is obviously a risky dude because his decision making has been fucking trash. But the team isn't built around him. So he shouldn't have to do much in this team. So works for me.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's get in. So that averages out Ethan's Bears to an A-. Let's get into my Rams. We have offensive tackle Teron Armstead, running back Ezekiel Elliott, tight end Zach Ertz, quarterback Derek Carr, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and offensive tackle Jake Matthews. All right, no defense. I went again with the all offense, no defense look. I think this is a pretty fair team. Derek Carr is an okay enough quarterback that I think he can win you games. He can certainly be a bad enough quarterback who'll lose them for you, but I'll say that he certainly has it within him to be a good enough of a quarterback to win you games. And I think he's set up pretty well here. Zach Ertz has been a reliable tight end as you could possibly ask for. Ezekiel Elliott has been an astounding enough running back that you could possibly ask for. Jerry Jeudy has a ton of upside heading into this season as just a bright young star coming out of college. Sorry, CeeDee Lamb, wrong guy. And then decent protection from Teron Armstead and Jake Matthews. So I'm very happy with this draft here.
No, I'd say you've got a nice little mix in here. Bit of the same deal with like maybe you didn't have the need for Jake Matthews, but being in the 6th round, I don't see any issues there. That's great value for where he's at.
Plus, I don't think Derek Carr is going to carry a team. I think he might need the extra protection just to keep him from generating mistakes via pressure.
Absolutely. Yeah, Derek Carr is not my favorite quarterback in the world, but taking him in the 4th round when you want to build something like this, yeah, I think it's solid. Zeke, great. Zach Ertz, great. Teron Armstead, great. I will give this one. I'm gonna go B+.
I'm waffling between the B+ and the A- right now.
Yeah.
I have to hear what Corwin says.
I don't know what it is, but like looking at this team altogether, I'm just kind of like, yes, that is a good team, but it doesn't inspire me. And I don't know why that is. And that's a terrible excuse for just not loving this team. I mean, you have 2 really great tackles. You have, one of the best running backs, one of the best tight ends, and one of the best young wide receivers in the game. I think it's just the fact that I am so uninspired by Derek Carr, even though I know he can get it done. I think this is a good, not great. I can't even say that because I think the offense would be very.
It's so tough because of Derek Carr. I know.
Yeah, it really is. I feel like this is capable of being the Cowboys' offense, but downgrading from Dak Prescott to Derek Carr, which is tough. It is tough. So I'm going to give it a B. I mean, there's no impact defensive players. The offense is really good, but being Derek Carr, it's keeping it from being great for me.
I'm giving myself an A- because fuck you guys.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Nice B+ across the board. All righty. Corwin.
Hey, that's me. It's my turn. The Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know how to feel about this team right now, but I'm going to go for it. Got Laramie Tunsil, really great young offensive lineman. Drew Lock, pretty good young quarterback that has a high ceiling, but at the same time, haven't exactly seen enough to know what he's going to be. Chandler Jones, wildly underrated player. I mean, he had nearly 20 sacks last year, has led the league in sacks the last couple of years. Denzel Ward, one of the best young cornerbacks, in the game. Cortland Sutton, same thing for wide receivers. And Grady Jarrett, perennially underrated defensive tackle. I like this team. I think it has some really good pieces. I think the defense is going to be great, but at the same time, the offense does concern me a bit with having, Drew Lock there. I can't give this more than a B+. I don't know why.
I'm going to echo what you said about my team. I promise it's not in retaliation. This does not inspire me. Maybe it's because of Drew Lock. Maybe it's because your only weapon on offense is Cortland Sutton. I don't know. That defense is really nice, but man, that offense is boring as shit to look at.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
No,
was
I
I was
get it.
thinking the exact same thing. It's just uninspiring. I'm gonna give you a B.
All right, well, that will
Figured.
average him out to a B.
Alrighty, we got my Buffalo Bills.
The Bills.
Josh Allen,
Yes?
solid young quarterback, hell of an arm, throwing to Tyreek Hill, fastest wide receiver in the game. Cameron Jordan.
Sir, are you forgetting about John Ross? 4.2240? Come on.
Okay. Sorry. Receiver of the most plus 40-yard touchdowns.
Most dynamic receiver. Let's
Yes.
just give
Okay.
him a better title. Yeah.
Cameron Jordan,
Perfect.
Landon Collins, J.K. Dobbins, and Jadeveon Clowney. I think putting Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill together is scary. I think Cameron Jordan as a defensive cornerstone. Landon Collins being a great leader in the secondary. J.K. Dobbins maybe taken a little bit early considering the other running backs on the board, but I think he's still going to do some great things if he's put into a scheme with a more than average rushing scheme. And then Jadeveon Clowney, it was a lost kind of like lost round pick. So yeah, I'm gonna go B.
I actually really like this team outside of the Josh Allen pick. I think that pick is really bad only because of how many other quarterbacks I'd have rather had ahead of him, including guys in the first round like Matt Ryan, um, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and then as we get to like Cam Newton and them. Because the rest of this team I think is nice. Because my main problem with Josh Allen, especially with a dude as speedy as Tyreek Hill, is that Josh Allen overthrows the fuck out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He just has no accuracy, which is a shame because Tyreek Hill can do so much for you, but you have to hit him. But the rest of this draft I think is really, really nice. But making mistakes in there or taking undervaluing the first round pick is what I'm knocking some points off of for.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Josh Allen. I think his abilities as a passer are one of the worst in the NFL. Just his inaccuracy is just impossible to get past. He makes some beautiful throws, and he's going to score a lot of touchdowns with Tyreek Hill. It's just the other 80% of the game is going to be it's going to be rough. Although I will say Tyreek Hill, far and away the best wide receiver he's ever going to be able to work with. I think he's going to overthrow him less than he would guys like Cole Beasley and John Brown. That being said, Cameron Jordan, pretty decent pick. I don't love the value of Landon Collins there, just because he's not the dynamic safety I'd want there. Being the third safety off the board, fourth safety off the board. Excuse me. I just think there's more impact positions around. Same with J.K. Dobbins. I think there were better options available, even though I think he's going to be a very good running back.
You're right. I should have gone with Jimmy Graham.
You're 100% right. Jimmy Graham is way better of a player. And while I'm torn on Jadeveon Clowney because I think the value is excellent, it's just I'm concerned with his production in the NFL because he's never really had any. He's always had the talent, never had the production. I'm gonna give this a C plus.
All right, we'll just average that out to a B. I don't know what it actually is, but we'll call it a B.
Sure.
Oh, so that's all right. So that brings us to the Patriots, and I request that we judge this based on the terribleness, not the goodness of this team.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is my A plus team.
So the Patriots have at quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, at wide receiver Quintez Cephas, offensive tackle Eric Flowers, spelled incorrectly I've discovered, cornerback Eli Apple, tight end Jimmy Graham, and wide receiver Danny Amendola. This team will win you a top 3 pick in the draft.
Not gonna lie, in 3 years, Quintez Cephas might be the best player on this team.
Which means in 3 years he'll probably be traded to a different team.
Yep.
In 3 years, he might be the only player on this team. Um, man, I love this team. I mean, you've got a top pick of a quarterback, number 2 overall pick, tremendous accuracy. You can throw all over the field. You have a large physical wide receiver that went undervalued in the draft. Another top pick at offensive tackle that can play. He's played 4 positions on the offensive line throughout his career. I think that's very undervalued.
Versatility.
Another underrated uh, uh, or not wide receiver, cornerback, who's only gotten better every season he's played. You have a veteran tight end in Jimmy Graham, can block, can catch the ball. He has the experience. He's won a Super Bowl. He could be a team leader. And then Danny Amendola, man, he's a lunch pail kind of player. Real gym rat,
Scrappy.
sneaky athleticism. You know what? At the end of the day, he's a white wide receiver, and you just don't find those every day in the NFL. So
Unless
I
they're
don't
on the
see any major
Patriots.
negatives. I think there's tremendous value across the board. This is my A plus team. A plus.
There we have it, folks.
Oh Lord. All right, Corwin, go.
All right, the New Orleans Saints. Baker Mayfield at quarterback. I feel like that in itself is a big risk. Uh, with protection, I think he could be very, very good. It's also possible he is just ruined. But I will hold out hope for him, especially this late in the first round. Um, I protected him with Taylor Lewan and Orlando Brown, 2 excellent offensive tackles, both very young. Um, defensively, guys like Brian Burns, who had double-digit sacks last year as a rookie. Marshawn Lattimore, one of the top young cornerbacks in the game, all pro level player, and then Josh Jacobs, who, looking back, I could have gone wide receiver here. That's probably the better value, but at the end of the day, the options available weren't great, and a guy like Josh Jacobs, who is a very dynamic back, could work well with Baker Mayfield. So, out of all these, I think that's my least favorite pick, but I still think this team is very young, very good, and can put some good teams on the board. I'll give this one an A minus.
All right, I guess I'll talk. Uh, uh, Baker Mayfield makes sketchy decisions sometimes, but he's got a great arm. I think he still has a lot more value than people looking to shit on the Browns want him to have. So I don't think there's a single reason to feel any type of way about taking him in the first round, as long as he was taken as low as he was here at pick number 24. So I think that's totally fine. And then plenty of protection, and some defense and Josh Jacobs. You'd like to see a wide receiver with a quarterback with that much upside, but outside of that, I think this is a decent draft. I think A minus is plenty fair.
Yeah, honestly, Corwin, I know the Josh Jacobs pick is your least favorite, but I'm slightly surprised he fell that far. Yeah, A minus. Solid team.
Dope.
All right. The Vikings starting off with Jimmy G, Joey Bosa at defensive end, AJ Brown wide receiver, Melvin Ingram the third defensive end, Xavier Howard cornerback, and Devin Singletary at running back. I think it's a solid team. I think I'll be honest, I would have taken Jimmy G higher than Baker, but I'm just happy that he fell. I think he's more accurate passer and more confident in the pocket. But the issue there is that I didn't draft any protection for him. Now that I'm looking at this team, so I'm floating in between A minus B plus here. I think Joey Bosa in the second round is solid value. AJ Brown in the third. I mean, he's got a hell of a lot of upside. Melvin Ingram being a bit older, Xavier Howard, not super old, but
He's 26.
yeah.
It's not bad.
And Devin Singletary, probably a bit of a rushed pick. I will go. You know what, I'll go B+.
That's fair. I like the Jimmy G pick. The value there is good. Same with Joey Bosa. AJ Brown has a tremendous ceiling. Melvin Ingram, 31, good player. I just don't think the value is necessarily there. Even though I understand things got a little slim pickings this area of the draft. Love the Xavier Howard pick. I think that's tremendous. But I think Devin Singletary is a jag. He's just a guy. I don't see him being an impactful player, moving forward. So I'll give this one a B.
I like Joey Bosa plenty. Jimmy Garoppolo is such a weird quarterback because of how little he was asked to do in San Francisco, despite the fact that they played super well. It's like, how much stock do you want to put in him on that? It's tough. I don't think this. I'll put it this way. I don't think this draft is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not sure it's great. Only because it's so tough to judge with some of these players. So I will also give it a B. I think this is good, but just a tier out of A.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that brings us to the Texans. Texans are comprised of Nick Bosa, Gardner Minshew, Le'Veon Bell, Calvin Ridley, DJ Chark, and Melvin Gordon. So we got a quarterback in Gardner Minshew who is still something of an unknown quantity. He had a decent rookie year with mixed reviews, but I think a lot of people thinking that he can certainly build upon it. And to that effect, he has a decent wide receiver duo in Calvin Ridley and DJ Chark, also relatively young dudes. Le'Veon Bell, who's kind of an older back, but whose playing style should lend itself well to aging into the role. And if not, there's Melvin Gordon, who's also on the older side, but a different style of play, just to make it more of a running back by committee and take some pressure off of each other. I know Le'Veon didn't play super well last year with the Jets, but again, I blame the Jets for that. I do not blame Le'Veon for that. And then Nick Bosa is good, and I don't see any reason to feel any type of way about picking him at 26. So I feel good about this.
Yeah, it's not my. I think Nick Bosa is, pretty decent value. I think Gardner Minshew is pretty decent value. The Calvin Ridley DJ Chark grouping is something that I definitely like. I think they both have a lot of upside. I'm not a fan of doubling up at running back, especially with Le'Veon Bell. The value of Melvin Gordon in the 6th versus Le'Veon Bell in the 3rd is wild. I view Melvin Gordon as a better running back than Le'Veon Bell at this point in their careers. No, only one defensive player, no protection here. This is tough. I'm gonna give this a C plus. I'm gonna give this a C. You doubled up on running back, and I refuse to allow my morals to be. Yes.
Words.
Nice.
Good job talking.
I do it well.
I'm going B-. Same reason. I think, you got a great wide receiver core. I like Gardner Minshew as much as I scoffed at the pick there in round 2 in a draft where we're basically, starting a franchise here. I think that's solid. But yeah, Le'Veon Bell was a bit iffy for me, so I'm gonna go B-.
Fair enough, boys. Fair enough.
Hey, I'm up. Seahawks are up now. This team feels weird to me just because it's so different from what I tend to focus on and value with drafting. Sam Darnold in the 1st, I think that's tremendous value, tremendous upside as well, especially getting him away from Adam Gase. Saquon Barkley, I went running back early, which, I usually would advise against, but it's Saquon Barkley, and my opinions of him are well known. And I think
he's rocking a half chub right now, just thinking about him.
Dude, if you think I'm anything less than a full chub, you are just so wrong. It's Saquon Barkley, absolutely dynamic. Love the man, love the player. Mark Andrews at tight end felt a little weird. He's the only quote unquote pass catcher I have in this so far. But I think you could build an offense to fit this well. I think this would have to be a weirdly Ravens offense focusing on running the ball with a focus on passing to tight ends. Maybe this is like a
But with
Philly
a
offense.
very less mobile quarterback.
Right. Derwin James, I think, is extremely dynamic. Maybe not the best value there as a safety, but as a player and as a team leader, I really like it. I'm a fan of getting Jonah Williams. I think he has tremendous potential. And the same goes for Josh Allen, who I think is fantastic, fantastic value. It's definitely a young team. I think this is definitely a team that will get better throughout the 5-year window here. I think with the right coach and the right scheme, this could work out very, very well. And because of that, and because coaches are fluid, I'll give this an A minus. Yeah, I'll give it an A minus. Sure.
Yeah,
I give it an A.
Okay.
I'm gonna go A minus too. I don't think
I'll
it's.
take it.
I think it's a little too young and untested to be quite an A, but I still think it's a
acceptable.
great team.
You picked my team's quarterback, so you get an A.
Alrighty. Now let's go to the Ravens. We have Christian McCaffrey with the first round pick. First running back off the board for obvious reasons. He's incredibly dynamic.
You don't need a
Right.
quarterback. He could probably do that just as well as anyone.
What?
Like with Christian McCaffrey, I feel like you don't need a quarterback because he might as well have the ability to do that just as good as anyone else as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's nuts. Ryan Tannehill in the second round I thought was great value. Buda Baker, probably a reach for a defensive back, but started looking at that and I like him a lot. DJ Moore, wide receiver, nice speedy guy. Sam Hubbard, defensive end, older but still an impact player on the defensive side of the ball, and Desmond King and cornerback. Honestly, I think this is probably the most well balanced team that I put together. I at least addressing nearly pretty much all levels. I'm gonna go A with this one. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first two picks. I think Christian McCaffrey, if you're going to go away from quarterback in the first round and go skill position, he's really the only choice just because of what he can do. I like the potential of Ryan Tannehill. Again, a player that is really good when you get him away from Adam Gase. Buda Baker, I don't want to say this in a negative way,
But you also do, so just
but
say
I hate that pick. I don't see an undersized safety as being worth it in the third round with some of the names around him. DJ Moore, I really like that pick, getting a really dynamic wide receiver in the fourth round. Probably one of the best values around at wide receiver. I love Desmond King. I like Sam Hubbard as players. I just don't necessarily think the values are there. So I'm going to be contrarian here and give this a B minus.
I give it an A minus. Ryan Tannehill certainly showed that he can win when he has an all-star running back behind him, and well, you gave him Christian McCaffrey, so there you fucking go. I think the rest of the team is fine. I don't think there's any major problems with it, but I think that those two, I think that with the rest of the picks being totally fine, and those first two picks being, I think, a pretty good tandem. I'll give it an A minus.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome, pal.
I don't. What does that average out to? An A minus?
Sure,
B
we can call it
plus?
that.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so
Minus
that
B
brings
plus.
us to the Titans, and I don't remember what this team was because I think I fucked them over pretty good. So it's the Jamal Adams, Kirk Cousins, Debo Samuel, Trent Williams, Montez Sweat, and Brashad Perriman, and I will now close my mouth.
Yeah, Jamal Adams in the first. It's a big question mark, especially from a Jets fan. I think he's not quite the dynamic safety a guy like Minka Fitzpatrick is or Derwin James is, but what he does very well. If you want him
Wait,
to
you really
learn,
don't think he's as good as Minka Fitzpatrick?
no, I do not.
Suck a dick. You're saying that because he's a Steeler.
And you're
And
saying it
saying that
because he's a Jet. So
I know,
Both-
but like,
both
come
of
on,
you
these
have
guys are
biased
clearly
opinions.
like 1A and 1B. Like, it's not like there's a crazy disparity here.
I'm not saying there's a crazy disparity, but Minka Fitzpatrick went, mid-second. Derwin James went in the early fourth, and Jamal Adams went 29th overall.
Right where he should have been.
I disagree, but sure. Kirk Cousins, I think that's a fine quarterback value there. I probably would have taken Ryan Tannehill above him, but at the same time, the floor is much higher with Kirk Cousins. I really like the Debo Samuel pick. I think he could be pretty damn good. Trent Williams, older, but I mean, when he's playing, he's undoubtedly one of the best offensive tackles in the league. Montez Sweat, I think, is some pretty good value. I think he's going to be a very nice player. I don't like Brashad Perriman, but I get what, you would see that growth with what he did last year in Tampa Bay. I, mm, mm, it's just I got to give this like a C plus.
Ethan?
yeah, I mean, I think your best pick is Debo Samuel in the third. So I'm gonna go C.
All right. I'm going to give myself a B minus for trying.
So is this a C plus?
Yeah, C plus.
Cool.
Alrighty, Corwin with the Packers.
The Packers. I like this team a lot. I like Myles Garrett. I think, he's going to be one of the best defensive ends, one of the best edge rushers when he's not fucking murdering people on the field. I think Daniel Jones has sneaky value as, the champ. As much as I hated on the Daniel Jones pick immediately after the draft leading into that season, he has blown my expectations away. I think he has a chance to be definitively the best quarterback from that class. I don't know what his ceiling is going to be, but I think he's still a very good quarterback. I love the Tre'Davious White value. I like the Kareem Hunt value. I am scared by the Henry Ruggs pick just because the range of outcomes for him is just wild. I mean, he could be Tyreek Hill or he could be John Ross, and that's
Well, we don't even know what John Ross is yet.
You're right. But like, who fucking knows what Henry Ruggs is
Oh,
going to end up
absolutely.
being?
His floor is so low and his ceiling is so high.
Yeah. And then I think Taylor Decker isn't the sexiest pick, but I think he gets the job done well. I'll give it an A minus. I don't know how to feel about this team, but I think there's enough value that it works out.
I think Myles Garrett in the first is solid. He was the being the second defensive end off. That's I can get behind that. Daniel Jones. I mean, regardless of being a Giants fan, I think exactly what you said. If he had better protection and a better coach going into his rookie season, I think things would be a lot different, and I think he would have shown even more potential than he already has. So I will go ahead and give this one a B plus.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a B plus as well. I don't think any of. I think the Myles Garrett and the Tre'Davious White picks are probably the best. I think Kareem Hunt's fine pick in the fourth, depending on how he pans out post suspension / increased usage. It'll probably end up being a pretty good value. I just fucking hate Daniel Jones, and I get why you picked him because quarterbacks are going quick, but god damn it, I just hate him. I don't see it the way I guess Giants fans do. I think it's going to crash and burn still, despite the fact it wasn't as bad as we might have first thought when he took over for Peyton this season. But again, I understand why it happened. Huh?
Took over for Peyton?
Yes, Peyton's younger brother Eli. So, yeah, there you go.
That was fun.
Alrighty then. Moving on. Almost done with this here, folks. We got the 49ers. George Kittle in the first round. Maybe not my smartest pick, but I like George Kittle. Matt Stafford in round 2. I think that's great value for a quarterback who, as we said when he was being picked, the volume machine. DeForest Buckner, great defensive end. Lyle Collins, some nice protection. Clyde Edwards-Helaire fell a little bit. I mean, it's a running back, but in the 5th round, I think that's solid. And T.Y. Hilton was just still on the board, so I grabbed him.
Grabbed him by the
I'm
balls.
gonna go B. You know what? Yeah, we're going B.
I went with a B minus. I love the George Kittle pick. I love George Kittle as both a wide receiver and an offensive tackle, which I think he does both very well. I think all around he's one of the best NFL players, regardless of position. Matt Stafford, I think, is a really great, underrated quarterback that will always get the job done. DeForest Buckner, I think, is one of the best edge rushers, young edge rushers, in the NFL. Lyle Collins, very Guys, I've lost all ability to talk like 2 hours in.
Serendipitous?
Supercalifragilistic?
Lyle Collins, very serviceable offensive tackle. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I really like the value and maybe not the value, but I like the potential of what he can turn into. And I think T.Y. Hilton is a really good value. A little bit older, probably won't stick around, but when George Kittle is there, I think he's a great piece. I've talked myself into this. I'm going to give this a B plus.
Hey, you talked me into giving my team an A, so thanks, buddy.
Oh yeah, I should talk. I think this is a good team. I'll also give it a B plus.
All right, Josh, close us out. Final team.
All right, so closing out here with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are comprised of Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Raheem Mostert, Rob Gronkowski, Brandon Cooks, and Austin Jackson. I actually like this a decent amount. I know there's no defensive players here, but this offense is fun. Matt Ryan's the most boring part of it, probably. And Brandon Cooks is a bit of a risk, though. Has he ever been bad? Well, I guess if we're assuming no injuries, he'll probably be okay. Huh?
That's the thing with Brandon Cooks. Like, he's never been bad. It's just like he's a dirty whore that gets passed around.
He has gone everywhere and done it all, kinda. Anyway, yeah, I'm a fan of the team I assembled here. I think that there's good talent with the wide receivers, especially mostly from Julio Jones, but Brandon Cooks I think is still plenty serviceable. Raheem Mostert is a young running back that I think will serve in the immediate. Rob Gronkowski is a bit of a risk because he has not played football for a bit, but again, as Corwin and I said in our most recent rankings episode, he's never bad. It's fucking Gronk.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of protection from Austin Jackson, which is what it is, a 6th-round pick. I like this team.
Yeah, I mean, I view this as a definite win now team, in the immediate future. Matt Ryan's Julio Jones connection is what it is. Julio Jones, arguably the best wide receiver in football, especially when you consider having that chemistry with Matt Ryan already. Raheem Mostert, I think a little early for him, but at the same time, if you're going win now, I think he has great potential. Rob Gronkowski, unbelievable. What a talent. Brandon Cooks, super underrated wide receiver at this point in his career, I think. And I like the floor that he gives you and the dynamic he gives you opposite Julio Jones. The only pick I don't like is Austin Jackson. I didn't like him as a draft pick. I don't like him being taken ahead of a lot of the tackles we have, but at the same time, being the final pick for this team, it can't hurt too much. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to win right now, even without, defensive players here, I think this is a team that could definitely compete. So I talked myself into upping it half a grade too. So I give us a B.
Solid team right here. Definitely win now, like you said. They're a bit on the older side. Rob Gronkowski, 31. Raheem Mostert, I think, is 27, 28. Brandon
28.
Cooks is going up, 26, 27. But dude, could you imagine Matt Ryan throwing to Brandon Cooks, Julio Jones, and Rob Gronkowski? That would be something else with
It
a
would be
solid running back. I mean, the running backs. I think he was taken a little bit early, considering other guys on the board. But solid nonetheless. B plus.
I think it would be really hard to blow a 28-3 lead here.
You'd think. You would think. Well, all right, gang. We did it. That's the last team.
Do you guys have a best draft? I'll give you a second to think. I went through my grades and looked at the guys I gave A's to. Not A's, did not give anyone A's, but A's. And there were the 3 teams that stood out to me are the Redskins, the Buccaneers, and the Broncos. Which, funnily enough, I'm sorry, the Broncos and the Falcons, not the Buccaneers. Fuck the Buccaneers. So the Redskins, the Falcons, and the Broncos, each of us have one team appearing in this list.
That's funny. Yeah. You know what? I will agree with you. I think the Redskins is a freaky team. I think Broncos, as long as Joe Burrow pans out, is scary. The Falcons are scary. Kyler Murray,
It's tough. I'd say the Falcons are probably looking the sharpest overall because the defensive pieces, maybe. Because the Redskins don't have anyone on defense. It's outside of Tyrann Mathieu, but that offense is just stupid.
If you need
to, my
I know.
No,
the Redskins offense is just disgusting. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, Odell Beckham, Hunter Henry, Marquise Brown, all healthy is something ridiculous.
A gross miscarriage of justice.
And Joe Burrow coming into the league, knowing what he can do, throwing the ball to Chris Godwin, having a Jonathan Taylor, that, Wisconsin product, just nailing. And then great defensive pieces: Darius Leonard, Marlon Humphrey, Ryan Ramczyk as your protection. Jeez, I don't know, man.
I don't know. Every time I want to put these teams in an order, I just am stuck. Like, oh yeah, but these. I'm gonna give out 3 A pluses. I know I said I was gonna give 1, but I can't decide. So each one of these gets an A plus for me.
Well, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
I'd say we all did a bang up
job.
job.
So I'm changing his to an A minus.
What?
You said thank you instead of fuck you, and that's too nice from you. So I'm changing your A plus to an A minus.
Well, oh fucking well. And let's not
Goodness.
forget about the other team that has an A+, is the New England Patriots. Also sitting there with an A+ average.
I
That's
feel
very
like
true.
that one goes without saying as the clear number one. The rest were just fighting for number two at this point.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty proud of the fact that I put together a sad sack team here of convincing candidates that also contains no kickers or long snappers.
True.
All right, guys. Is there anything left to say about this?
We've been
I
at
hope
this
not.
for 4 hours.
I really hope
This is
not.
ridiculous. This is so far and away the longest episode we've done by like twofold.
Yeah, this is a lot.
We might have to do this in 2 parts.
Is it even worth it? It's
a 4-hour long podcast.
then let the
Guys, it's
marathon
2
be what it
PM.
is. I'm gonna
Started at 10.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go. All right, guys. So, any closing thoughts? Or are we good?
2 more rounds.
Fuck that
off.
shit. All right, well, if you want to follow the show on Twitter, you can do so at JuicingPod. If you want to hit us up via email, you can do so at juicethenumbers@gmail.com. I want to thank Ethan for joining us.
Guys,
We
thanks so much for
appreciate the
having
time.
me.
Of course, buddy, anytime. And until Thursday, y'all have a good one.
Bye.